The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. F&M candidate Marvin Dames distancing himself from an associate's drug arrest. The PLP dealing with some internal controversy as a current MP lashes out at a PLP candidate. And the National Security Minister says there's no issue with PLP candidates using prisoner work crews. And a former police officer convicted and now sentenced for drug conviction. All of that and more ahead. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Chester Robards will be joining us. Also this morning, we'll get you all the details you need to know about Kalik Victory Fest, celebrating the winners from the Junkanoo season. And later, it's our monthly series with Bristol Wines and Spirits. Always a great time with them. That's all ahead. But first, it's time for the Overnight, the latest breaking news from while we're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, former Minister of National Security Marvin Dames, who FNM's candidate for Mount Moriah in the upcoming general election, denying any knowledge of or involvement in unlawful activity that led to his business associate being arrested in the U.S. for cocaine possession. Dames saying in a statement, quote, "I've been informed that an individual with whom my wife and I entered into a business arrangement in 2024 has been arrested in Broward County, Florida, USA, on allegations relating to controlled substances. To be clear, neither I nor my wife had any knowledge of or involvement in or benefit from any alleged unlawful activity connected to this matter. At no time did I nor my wife authorize, participate in, or sanction any criminal conduct." Dames' statement coming after social media posts circulated about the matter. The man in question is Malcolm Rashad Goodman, a boat captain at Real Experience Boat Charters in Rock Sound, Eleuthera. According to U.S. court records, Goodman was caught with 200 kilograms of cocaine on a 45-foot boat named the MV Real Experience in waters near Florida on February 11th. According to a criminal complaint filed in the southern district of Florida, the U.S. Coast Guard stopped the boat 4 nautical miles off the coast of Fort Lauderdale. The complaint contains the affidavit of U.S. Department of Homeland Security Task Force Officer Jose Alvarez, the captain, Goodman, telling the Coast Guard that he arrived from Nassau and that during the border inspection, members of the Coast Guard observed multiple brick-shaped objects in plain view on board that vessel. You can read more about that in today's Nassau Guardian. Southern Shores MP Leroy Major has claimed in a social media video that his efforts in the area were sabotaged. This followed the circulation of another video in which the PLP's candidate for the constituency, Obi Roberts, said he'd entered an arrangement with the prison to use inmates to clean up a park in the area. Major, who's a PLP MP but did not receive the party's support to run again in the next general election, said there used to be a contract in place to maintain the park, but that was ended by, quote, someone at PLP headquarters who controlled all of my contracts. Major also commented on the roadworks taking place in Miller Heights and Sunset Park, which he said he started. He said those works have nothing to do with Roberts and nothing to do with the PLP. Meanwhile, National Security Minister Wayne Munro responding to the issue of candidates using prisoner work crews. FNM Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands said yesterday that the decision by O.B. Roberts to hire prisoners to clean up a park was in obvious conflict. But Munro saying Roberts was simply making use of the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services work scheme, which allows some prisoners to leave the facility from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to work and earn money. He said anyone can reach out to BDOCs to schedule crews to work as long as they pay the prisoners. A former police officer sentenced to 6 years in prison for helping international drug traffickers smuggle cocaine and marijuana into the Bahamas. 49-year-old Sonny Miller on June 17, 2022, while at Spring Point Acklands, helped Colombian smugglers Christian Aristabal and Christian Aragon load 72 kilos of cocaine and 15 kilos of marijuana into a Royal Bahamas Police Force Jeep. According to evidence at its trial, Acting Assistant Chief Magistrate Shaka Sterville condemned Miller's actions, saying that as an officer in charge of the island, he was supposed to prevent crime from happening there, not participate in it. Miller, who previously served as the chairman of the Police Staff Association, faced a maximum sentence of 7 years in prison. Prosecutor Shanika Carey called for a sentence of at least 5 years, the time handed to his co-conspirators after they took a plea deal in 2023. Their sentence was later reduced to 3 years as a reward for their cooperation in Miller's prosecution. Carey arguing that deterrence should be the predominant sentencing principle. Miller's lawyer, though, Bjorn Ferguson, suggested a sentence of 2 years due to the inhumane conditions at the prison and Miller's medical issues and his constitutional right not to be subjected to torture, inhumane, or degrading treatment. Miller has a heart condition, diabetes, and hypertension, according to his lawyer, who raised concerns about whether the prison could adequately treat him. Since his conviction last month, Miller spent 6 days in the prison's infirmary and 3 days at Princess Margaret Hospital. His lawyer Ferguson says that Miller is supposed to receive insulin 4 times a day, but he had only been administered twice since his incarceration at the facility, again, which he claims is not fit for human habitation. While acknowledging harsh conditions at the facility, Sterville said that sentencing should not be influenced by executive policy. He said he will not engage in judicial activism. Miller is not entitled to time off for good behavior due to the nature of the crimes. He's lost a significant amount of weight in the past month. Assistant Director of Public Prosecutions Terry Archer also prosecuted again. He's been sentenced to 6 years in prison. And a Haitian man sentenced to 2 years in prison for attempting to steal money from an Island Luck kiosk. 26-year-old Leonardo Saint-Hilaire received the sentence after senior magistrate Anishka Isaacs convicted him of attempted stealing and causing damage following a trial. Around 3:10 a.m. on May 25th, 2025, police were notified about a break-in at the outdoor kiosk on West Bay Street. Responding officers met Saint-Hilaire and another man cutting the bottom of the kiosk, which contained $3,706. They were cutting it with a metal grinder. Both men fled when the officers arrived, and Saint-Hilaire was arrested following a brief chase. Surveillance footage of the attempted theft was presented at trial. Saint-Hilaire will be deported to Haiti after completing his sentence. Overseas, U.S. President Donald Trump started in sales mode using his State of the Union address last night to deliver an upbeat vision of the U.S. economy. But that portrayal collides with the sentiment of Americans who remain anxious about their finances and feel they haven't benefited from Trump's policies. He took the high road to honor the gold medal-winning U.S. men's Olympic hockey team and a war hero before pivoting abruptly to a darker tone as he ridiculed Democrats. But much of the nation is worried about the direction of the economy, as Trump says, while he says good times are here, insisting repeatedly that rising costs are no longer a problem. Meanwhile, Iran pushing back today against President Trump's pressure tactics ahead of critical talks in Geneva over Tehran's nuclear program, alternating between calling his remarks big lies to saying negotiations may yield an agreement through honorable diplomacy. The remarks by two Iranian officials ahead of Thursday's talks come as America has assembled its biggest deployment of aircraft and warships to the Middle East in decades, part of Trump's efforts to get a deal while Iran struggles at home with growing dissent following nationwide protests last month.
This is Sports Update.
In sports, the Bahamas Youth Flag Football League 15 and under and 16 and under teams recently returned from competition at the 2026 Youth Flag Football World Championships in Orlando. The Bahamas 15 and under All-Stars entered the tournament as one of the top-ranked teams and proved that throughout their tournament journey. Thursday, the team knocked off a team out of New Jersey 14-6 in their opening matchup. The team returned to action and defeated Canada's Toon Squad 12-6, then went on to defeat Florida's Legion team 16-14. In their final matchup on Thursday, they secured their fourth straight victory, defeating Kansas Flag out of Mexico 29-6. The 15 under team's storybook run coming to an end, though, with a 32-14 loss to THT out of New York on the weekend. The 16 under team had a strong showing as well. The group began competition Friday, won 2 of their 4 contests. Their first victory coming against the Legend Reapers Florida team. Team Bahamas blanked that group 29-0. Then saw their momentum continue against the Slime team with a 13-6 victory. They dropped their following matchups against Ace 13-12 and BGC NRI Raptors 21-18. Playing on Sunday, though, the 16 under team turned back the Montreal Mavericks 14-7 in their morning matchup, but fell to the top-seeded BGC NRI Raptors 19-7. The Raptors went on to win the title in the 16 under division. You can read more about how Team Bahamas did in today's Guardian Sports section. And from World Cup soccer, cartel violence in Mexico fueling doubts about Mexico hosting matches. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum was asked at her daily news briefing what guarantees there are for World Cup matches that will be held in Jalisco. The governor there says that he's spoken with local FIFA officials who have, quote, absolutely no intention of removing any venues from Mexico. The 3 venues remain completely unchanged, apparently. That same day, the Portuguese Soccer Federation said it was closely monitoring the delicate situation in Mexico. Its national team was scheduled to play Mexico's team in a friendly on March 28th at the newly renovated Azteca Stadium in Mexico City, which is scheduled to host the opening World Cup match on June 11th. Jalisco in western Mexico was already facing scrutiny. The state had been plagued by some of the starkest examples of cartel violence in recent years, including the discovery of a cartel killing site at a ranch last March and a crisis of disappearances. That's sports. And that's the overnight. Time for a first look at weather. Your your first look at weather brought to you by Star General. We've got high pressure migrating eastwards across the Bahamas, maintaining a dry and stable air mass throughout the islands. A remnant frontal boundary will move across the southeast Bahamas tonight, bring some showers to those islands this evening. So a very cool night, especially for the extreme northern islands and parts of the northwest Bahamas. The cooler temperatures will continue at least until tomorrow, and then we'll gradually begin to see temperatures warm up. We'll tell you more about that in our next weather check. But for today, your forecast calls for partly sunny conditions, becoming fair tonight. A bit more cloud cover for the central islands, but rain chances are low across the area, only about 10%, less than 10%, except for the southeastern islands, which will see rain chances jump up to about 20 to 30% by tonight. Temperature-wise, we are looking at highs in the upper 60s, low 70s for the northern half of the country, between 19 and 22 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight. Still pretty cool for the northern islands. High lows in the upper 40s, low 50s tonight, between 8 and 12 Celsius. For the rest of the northwest Bahamas, including New Providence, lows in the low 50s, low to mid 50s tonight, between 10 and 13 Celsius. A bit warmer for the central and southeastern islands. High temperatures in the mid 70s, around 23, 24 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight in the upper 50s, low 60s. And up to the mid 50s for the southernmost islands. That's your first look at weather this morning. Again, brought to you by Star General Insurance, made simple.
Wake up, it's a new day.
You are listening to Morning Blend. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on your home for fresh news and smart talk all day. Guardian Radio 96.9.
It's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Screening for colorectal cancer should begin at the age of 45. Reduce your risk for colon cancer and schedule your colonoscopy today at reduced prices for the months of March and April at the office of Dr. Harold Mullings, located next to Princess Margaret Hospital. Call us today at 328-5550 or WhatsApp 816-1417.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Looking to elevate your gadget game or a tech trouble simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
City of Miami Gardens presents JITG Music Fest. Janae Aiko, Ludacris, Ashanti, Nelly, Glorilla, LMA, Maya, Joe, D-Nice and Friends, featuring WV, Donnell Jones, Case, Sunshine Anderson and Kenny Burns, Isley Brothers, El DeBarge, Stephanie Mills, and so many more. March 7th and 8th, Hard Rock Stadium. Tickets and info at jazzinthegardens.com. Jazzinthegardens.com.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-236.
Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. Also televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us 422-4796. Standard text rate supply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, Chester Robards. Chester Robards, good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you with us as always.
Glad to be here, as always.
You look very excited. Did you have a great 242 day?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I hope everybody did. It looked like a lot of people had a lot of fun. Lots of companies were all dressed in their colors and people posting the stuff they did online. Pretty cool looking stuff.
I wrote lots of Bahamian stories about the Bahamas.
What now?
Yep.
I don't know if that's
what I did on 242 Day.
Is that any different from what you normally do?
Every day is 242 Day for me.
Well, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. We hope you had a great time.
Fridays and Saturdays.
Hope everybody had a great time. There are some pictures of the NASA Guardian today and posted on our NASA Guardian social media. I've seen all the things that schools were doing. That looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
And companies, a lot of government ministries and departments did a lot of great things. I was at a bank and I saw all the employees in flag colors. And so that's wonderful.
The roundabout was all decked out. Well,
yeah,
two roundabouts,
a couple of them were. Yeah.
The big chicken and the one before that.
What did they do to the chicken?
A bunch of flags up.
Oh, okay.
Bahamian flags.
Nice.
All around the roundabout.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Hope everybody had a great day, and let's see if we can make it even bigger for next year.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I mean, has it been growing, you find, from the 50th?
I mean,
I mean, the
feel
50th
so.
was a whole thing, so.
The 50th.
That's when it started.
No. That was the fourth. This has been the fourth official year.
Oh, I thought it started during the 50th.
No. Was that 4 years ago?
No.
So, yeah, the fourth year of it.
It's been 3 years since the 50th. This
Right.
year,
So, yeah, it started, I guess, the year before.
Oh, it did? Oh,
And,
okay.
officially. And so it's been great. Tell us about your experiences, what you saw, what you got to do. We'd love to hear it. You can text us 422-4796 and call in about it as well. 323-6232.
If only all the
4316.
yes. Go ahead with
325-4259. Call us toll free. Maybe you did in the Family Islands as well. 242-300-5720.
I was going to say, if only all of the other things you lobby for on the radio on a regular basis can happen.
Yeah. Give it time. That one was fast. I guess that was fun. The other things are going to require some hard work. We might have an aversion
Ear
to
twisting
that.
and toe pulling.
And even constitutional reform. But you know, hey, what's
Inception.
wrong with that? Maybe not that much. But we'll get there. We'll get there. There's a lot that we have to talk about today, though. Junkanoo, celebrating the winners from the Junkanoo season, and Collect Victory Fest is going to be all about that this weekend. We're going to find out all the details. We're told we're going to have a very special guest. Can't wait for that one. Later in business, it's our monthly series with Bristol Wines and Spirits. We'll be always having a great time with them. So that's all I had. It's going to be a very busy Wednesday morning, but we got to talk about what else is in the news. Okay, so in the news, some big stories. This place is never dull, Jester Robards. Never a dull moment in the Bahamas. The papers, the headlines are really something else. In the Nassau Guardian today, Dames distances himself from associate's drug arrest. Wow. And there's a whole lot of other stories we are going to get to right in just a few minutes. But just had to take a quick mention of this, the other paper. The big headline, cross-dressing lawyer jailed. As Chester drops his phone.
I'm confused. Is with lawyers in quotes, is the person a lawyer or not a lawyer?
Well, he's a cross-dresser. That part is So yeah, I saw this on social media yesterday, and was like, hey, is this a joke? Is this like a what? But no. This is from Freeport.
Oh boy.
A 30-year-old man who posed as a female attorney and defrauded clients of nearly $20,000 was sentenced to 3 years in prison yesterday after pleading guilty to more than 50 offenses in the Grand Bahama Magistrates Court. Police arrested Camillo McIntosh on February 18th following an operation in which he attempted to flee while dressed in female attire, including spandex tights. Well, this is a lot of information. A bra, eyelashes, well, you know that will weigh him down, and makeup with eyebrows drawn on his face. A search of his vehicle uncovered a black travel bag containing male clothing, along with female, I guess, high heels, finger and toenail polish, and other items used to maintain the disguise. 2 cell phones later linked to McIntosh carried out a calculated scheme, that's a quote, in which he impersonated a female attorney using the name Is this the name he had to use? Really? Laniqua Roll.
Okay.
Couldn't be like Sheila or something. Laniqua. Laniqua Roll. Targeting people seeking legal assistance for incarcerated relatives. Between October 1st, 2025 and January 31st, 2026, in Grand Bahama, multiple victims paid thousands of dollars for bail and legal services that were never provided.
Wow.
The court heard that the documents presented to them were forged and that no such attorney existed. Police said the victims, which they name, wow, Shatterly Brown and Ida Brown, someone known as Mr. Ewing, and Margaret Dames collectively lost $19,927.56. Well, McIntosh pleaded guilty on Tuesday before Magistrate Charlton Smith to 13 counts of forgery, possession of forged documents, and uttering forged documents. 4 counts each of fraud by false pretenses and money laundering. 3 counts of impersonating legal counsel, and 1 count of procuring a forged document. So he wasn't charged with being a cross-dresser, which, as you say, that's not, I don't think it's a crime.
No, I don't think. That's just Halloween.
During the arraignment, as the charges were read, McIntosh appeared overwhelmed and asked to sit, explaining that he felt dizzy due to diabetes. This diabetes is really a problem for people accused of crimes, boy. Really just an epidemic amongst criminals. His mother and other relatives sat quietly at the back of the courtroom. For the forgery, fraud, and money laundering offenses, Magistrate Smith imposed 3-year prison sentences on each count. He also imposed 6-month sentences on each of the impersonation counts. And sentences are, of course, to run concurrently.
Naturally.
This is the Magistrate Smith saying, quote, "This warrants the imposition of the substantial custodial sentence. The offenses in question are serious. The accused engaged in a calculated scheme whereby he impersonated a legal practitioner and fabricated judicial documents and deceived multiple victims, persons seeking legitimate legal assistance for relatives." Can I ask a question?
To whom?
To you and to everyone. So, why did he have to become a woman?
So that when they found out about the fraud, they were looking for a woman.
Okay. He couldn't have put on like a Jerry curl wig at the, like a lawyer with a
And
Jerry curl
he
wig.
would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling police. Yeah. What did his voice sound like? That's what I want to know. Like when these people met with her, what did he sound like?
Like she had an office and everything?
I wonder if they like met at a coffee shop or something. That's what I was wondering.
Wow. The magistrate continues. It was deliberate, organized, and involved the misuse of purported judicial authority, thereby striking directly the public confidence in the administration of justice.
Was the person a lawyer or not a lawyer? They were posing as a lawyer.
Yeah, I don't think they're a
Or
lawyer.
he's posing as a female lawyer, but he's actually a male lawyer.
He's not a lawyer.
He's not a lawyer at
and
all.
not a woman.
Good. Okay. Not a woman.
The prosecutor said McIntosh had prior convictions for similar offenses.
What?
Including stealing by reason of employment, and argued that the crimes were deliberate and involved in abuse of public trust. The Crown recommended a 3-year custodial sentence, noting that while McIntosh pleaded guilty at the first opportunity, the seriousness of the offenses and the number of victims warranted a substantial penalty. In mitigation, McIntosh apologized to the victims, asked for leniency, and said he wished to compensate those harmed. He acknowledged that he has antecedents and told the court that people make mistakes. Wow. He said he is the eldest son and breadwinner in his family and had been trying to help his mother. Yikes. He also expressed fear for his safety in prison, saying he had been attacked in a cell by an inmate who was one of the victims. One of his victims.
Oh, boy.
And had been threatened. Benjamin McKinney, a lawyer seated in the gallery, stood to assist and asked that the matter be stood down briefly, saying, quote, he pleaded guilty at first opportunity, which should be taken into consideration as he saved the court precious time. I've had a quick talk with his mother, and he would like to pay back the victims who were hurt by his actions. Well, in sentencing, Magistrate Smith said he considered McIntosh's remorse, his willingness to repay the victims, and his early plea. However, he said prior convictions and the exploitation of vulnerable people seeking legal help were aggravating factors, and stressed the need to protect the public. McIntosh is expected to appear in court again today in relation to child cruelty charges. What?
Wait, huh?
What? Whose child? What? Okay. Okay, well,
that is a rabbit hole of a story.
This is a Lifetime movie right here.
What the heck? I'm late. What?
What the heck is going on?
That's crazy.
Oh, boy. Okay, so obviously, and maybe the Bar Association needs to speak out about this. Everybody needs to check. There's a whole list of who all are lawyers in good standing. You can easily find that. Just Google it. Go on the Bar Association site. Everybody there and everybody who's been disbarred is there too. And check and see if the person telling you they're a lawyer is a lawyer. For the love of God.
Don't just
before you give them any money.
Word for it.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Right? Especially lawyers, right? Let me stop. But, wow.
He's crazy, man.
This is some stuff. Speaking of people sentenced to jail, in today's NASA Guardian, former police officer Sonny Miller gets 6 years after drug conviction. Our Artesia Davis writing about this. A former police officer was sentenced Tuesday to 6 years in prison for helping international drug traffickers smuggle cocaine and marijuana into the Bahamas. 49-year-old Sonny Miller on June 7th, 2022, while at Spring Point, Acklands, helped Colombian smugglers Christian Aristobal and Christian Aragon load 72 kilos of cocaine and 15 kilos of marijuana into a Royal Bahamas Police Force Jeep, according to the evidence at his trial. Acting Assistant Chief Magistrate Shaka Serville condemned Miller's actions, saying that as the officer in charge of the island, he was supposed to prevent crime, not participate in it. Miller, you think he knew? Maybe he didn't know. Miller, who previously served as the chairman of the Police Staff Association, faced a maximum sentence of 7 years in prison. Prosecutor Shanika Carey called for a sentence of at least 5 years, the time handed to his co-conspirators after they took a plea deal in 2023. Their sentence was later reduced to 3 years as a reward for their cooperation in Miller's prosecution. So Carey argued that deterrence should be the predominant sentencing principle upheld to ensure that there is no other abuse of the position of responsibility. But now listen to this. Miller's lawyer, Bjorn Ferguson, suggested a sentence of 2 years due to the inhumane conditions at the prison. Well, and Miller's medical issues and his constitutional right not to be subjected to torture, inhumane, or degrading treatment.
Now, where's the torture happening?
Apparently at the prison.
Going to prison is torture?
Well, so we gotta
our prison is torture.
Well, ours. So there are 1,800 people there who are being tortured. That's what we're saying.
That's what you're saying.
Oh my Lord. Miller has a heart condition. Diabetes, there we go again, diabetes, and hypertension, according to Ferguson, who raised concerns about whether the prison could adequately treat him. Since his conviction last month, Miller spent 6 days in the prison's infirmary and 3 days at Princess Margaret Hospital. Ferguson says that Miller is supposed to receive insulin 4 times a day, but had only been administered it twice since his incarceration at the facility that is, quote, not fit for human habitation.
Well.
While acknowledging harsh conditions at the facility, the magistrate Serville said that sentencing should not be influenced by executive policy. He said he will not engage in judicial activism. Miller is not entitled to time off for good behavior due to the nature of the crimes. He's lost a significant amount of weight in the past month.
Stress will do that.
Boy. Yeah. Wow. Well, there you go. Okay. What do you make of all that, folks?
The thing about not getting his insulin on time is troubling.
That's very sad.
It's troubling.
Inhumane, not fit for human habitation. And he might be, well, I guess maybe because he's a cop, too. Not just because of the inhumane conditions, but because he's a police officer, he might be subject to torture and degrading treatment.
He might be subject to torture by other inmates.
Right.
But we don't know that that's going to happen.
Look who's here now, right? That kind of thing. Right? What do you make of that, folks? And that's going to lead us right into this discussion about prisoners on the work release program doing work for candidates in the upcoming election. The place is getting wilder and wilder.
Just, though. Wayne Monroe said you too can hire prisoners.
We need to paint this building. Maybe you could hire some prisoners. I don't know.
I mean, I know some things I got to get done.
That doesn't sound good.
What?
You're already talking about cross-dressing lawyers. What foolishness do you want to get people mixed up in?
Need some prisoners to do some stuff.
Wow. 323-6232. 325-4316. Make it make sense, folks. 325-4259. This is like the wildest Netflix series ever. The Bahamas. Every episode. Wow.
Do they advertise?
What?
The service?
Who
They
does?
don't advertise it.
Who? Oh, you mean the prisoners?
Mm-hmm. The advertisement should say the price is right. Let them take the flight. No, that's not good.
Do you think they show you the ones that you could get?
No.
They tell you what they're in for?
No. No Jim Crow.
Swipe left, swipe right?
Mm-mm.
No, I don't want that one here.
No. Okay.
323-6232.
That's not the picture in our heads that
Oh,
we
God. Caller, good morning. You're on the air. What say you about all of this madness today? Okay. I don't blame you. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Okay, we're going to get to Dames in just a bit. This one here, what did I do? Okay, nothing new in the 242. We have female imposters, lawyer imposters, Bahamian imposters, much more.
Oh, boy.
He thought he was Bad Bunny doing a performance, that's all.
Huh?
I don't know what that means. Okay, how did the police even know to investigate him? I'm guessing they were tipped off.
Telephone numbers were linked to that person.
Which one are you talking about? I think
The same lawyer, right?
You talking about the cross-dressing lawyer?
Yeah. That's what they're talking about, right?
Well, again, they said, following an operation in which he attempted to flee while dressed in female attire, including, again, I don't know why this is mentioned here, including the spandex tights, a bra, eyelashes.
The eyelashes.
Why is that mentioned?
Slow you down.
We got what you meant by that, female attire, but you got to know. I think it's the eyelashes. I keep telling you.
When the wind get up under them.
Right, those lashes, when the wind gets
in,
to touch Tennessee.
Almost rip your head off.
My God. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Chester.
Chester.
Good morning.
All right, Pop here. Dwight, so when you first read the news this morning, right? I hear the name properly when you read it again just now with Chester. It's like you're going through that so forth. All I hear is Ferguson. When you talk about who's the lawyer, all I hear is Ferguson. But I hear the name now, and I want to ask the question. I know you're innocent until proven guilty, right?
I don't think you should go down this road.
Don't go there.
No,
okay,
no,
I
no.
go there then.
No.
So tell me something. You could talk about this thing with the partnership with Marvin Dames later? Or,
yes.
Because I want to know what's the difference with what the Jeff Epstein files released the other day and called these names of these different Bahamian people. And some of the people, I think one particular one, went before the courts, like Ron, in 2021 or 22, for some kind of charges, overseas charges and stuff like that. So I was wondering, I hear my party calling for Marvin Dames, or not my party, but some of the people calling for Marvin Dames to resign or to F them to think about not having him as a candidate after what was reported in the news today. What's the difference with those persons, them who's candidate for my party, and they still running and their name being called in the Jeff Epstein files, right?
Are you hearing people call for those people to not run too?
Dwight, when it first happened, Dwight, we was talking about it. I taught you to talk about it too.
No, we were just noting that the name. Just noting that the names were mentioned. Of course, the Prime Minister said he does.
Was saying that is that enough for them to reconsider them being a candidate, knowing that people dropping like flies all over the world, who names being called with the Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, maybe in other countries, but in the Bahamas,
we above the law. We serious.
Well, the law is a suggestion.
You think we more like a gangster society, or you agree with the people who say we corrupt over here? I mean, you get a whole, what you say don't touch, right? Gang in the front of the court.
No.
Going on.
Well,
you think about that? I mean, we got to teach our children what's right from wrong. We got to be able to prove things before we make accusations. But these people being charged and stuff like that, it's like, or mix up and all that.
Well, you said it. Innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. Absolutely.
Innocent until proven guilty, shamelessly.
Well,
shamelessly, Dwight.
Okay.
Keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you very much. You're very provocative today. Popper, wow. Wow, let's take another call. Good morning, call. You're on the air. Hi, good morning. Are you there? No? Okay. Back to text messages, Chester. This person says here, Macintosh, a.k.a. What did I say the name was? La Quinta? What?
Yeah, something.
Laniqua?
Something.
Laniqua Roll. I believe he was cutting his Prude movie in the Bahamas. What does that mean?
Doing what?
Prude movie.
Prude.
You think they mean pride? I don't know that, but that doesn't make sense either. The judge should have sentenced him to life in prison for what? But I guess they didn't know where to place him. I don't know what you're saying. You lost us with every sentence.
That's a joke.
Every sentence is the jokes are falling flatter than eyelashes when you're running from the law. All these bunch of people changing names put us in a safe position. Please stop giving these impersonating individuals ideas. Who? What? Please help me understand how 3 years is a harsh sentence. The justice system in this country is crazy. Who got 3?
For who?
Who got 3?
For whom?
Which one got 3? Yeah. Okay. I mean, if the place is inhumane and unfit for humans, then yeah, it would be harsh, wouldn't it? That wannabe lawyer is really talented. He created employment for himself. If he didn't steal from people, the courts would not have even suspected him. Someone should sponsor his education to study because he's clever.
No.
Just to misguide him.
No,
Study what? Cosmetology?
No,
what should they study?
Clever in doing what?
I don't understand what they're saying. I mean, and who would hire you? Would you hire him even if he went to law school after getting out of jail?
The story never said he went before like anything, right? He was just forging documents.
He was charged with other things before, though. And then child cruelty. Will you still say this when you find out what that's about today? But who would hire him after this? If he got out of jail, went to law school, and became a real lawyer, you'd hire him because...
No, but the person is saying the person is talented, but
that's what I'm saying. Would they hire him?
But
after what he did?
But that didn't take talent using forged documents. You just get documents that say certain things already, and you just repeat them.
And then would the Bar Association allow you to be a lawyer after you impersonating a lawyer?
If you're going to show up in court, you are a crazy person. Definitely crazy. That would take the cake.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And why would you even be there?
Texas says, Chester, I too was wondering what his voice sounded like. Even seeing his makeup and his dressing style would have raised suspicion. I'm not easy to get duped. Well, oh no, I'm going to get in trouble if I say that.
Everyday apprentice today. On the cold.
I'll tell you what I was going to say off here. I don't think I can say it on here. For years now, business establishments were hiring prisoners to work in their places. As an owner of multiple companies, I've done it for years.
Right.
Okay, so I don't know if that's the issue that people are concerned about.
What's the labor cost like?
The issue is that a candidate is getting things done in a constituency, and there is a representative and existing, and there's somebody there. And again, what
so this
Cities and Parks doing?
So this isn't about the
Ministry of Labor. Well, it's not about right. Or what's Ministry of Works doing? Why is this happening? And then on top of that, you didn't hire a landscaping company.
Right.
You,
or people from the area.
The prisoners to do it?
Yeah.
So that's part of the issue as well. And we'll get to that story in just a bit. Just want to get through these very quickly. In fact, let's take this call and then we'll get back to the stories making news today. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Hi, are you there?
Good morning, Dwight. How you doing?
Doing well. Good morning.
Good morning, Chester.
Hey, morning.
Good morning to all my real Bahamians. Dwight, I can ask you one question, and Chester, and all the Bahamian people out there. Dwight, are you grow up?
Me?
Yes, sir.
I don't think so.
How about you, Chester?
I used to be.
Okay, let me see. It's the reason why I asked the question. When the world called the Bahamas grow up,
when did that happen?
They don't say the PLP. Yeah, my voice. They don't say the PLP grow up, and the FM grow up, and they see I grow up. They say the Bahamas and the Bahamian people grow up. Bahamian people, stop playing with these politicians, please. Ask them hard questions. Right next week is March. It's clear. They shouldn't be in our parliament. They shouldn't get paid. They shouldn't be driving our cars. The corruption is starting from the top. It's starting from the south. It's starting from the forces. Some of the civil servants, the church. This country going. I keep telling you all, we won't get no blessing in this country until we get rid of the Moses school. They didn't case. So I can't see that. Every day you read the paper, something happening. My God, friend, the Commissioner of Police, please, don't say it's only one man. Okay? It's people you don't say nothing, man. That's all I got to say to it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. This texter says here, I doubt it was just the prison. I doubt Officer Miller even received his insulin while at PMH. We know that PMH is often out of supply. Whoa. Wow.
Really? That's news.
Oh boy. The Netflix series should be named The Rat, Watching the Cheese. But did you all watch The Rip on Netflix? It's funny, but not funny because our whole system is compromised for real. But when reality hits, it just might be too late for us. Do you know what that is, The Rip?
No.
Mm-hmm. This is in response to what Popper was asking. The difference is that Marvin Dames wasn't on the boat with the drug arrest, and his name wasn't written in the Epstein notes in reference to gun smuggling or human smuggling, I guess. Okay. Yeah. This country is sitting on a powder keg waiting to explode. The more they try to hide, it's coming up. You ain't seen anything yet, I think they're trying to say. Exposure is coming, and it'll make your head spin. Watch it. Give the former officer his own cell and his own slop bucket and his insulin. Problem solved.
They got space for that?
Wow. I mean, I think, do they all have their own slop bucket or are they sharing slop buckets?
No, boy, I think they should.
Oh, no.
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. Let me not guess.
Cool. That's not cool. And that lawyer story is wild. Spandex to cover up the manly parts? Well. Can we please pay our public prosecutors and justices concurrently?
How would that work?
That's funny. Anyway, I don't blame them. It's not them. It's the legislators, right? They can fix that. They need to fix that. It's not them.
Just like the magistrate said about not being an activist from his position.
Yeah,
the people
it's really
charge,
not them.
Yeah, need to fix the things that are broken.
I'd hire her, but not him. He has a criminal record.
Ha.
Wow. This Macintosh impersonator fits well in the new performance art plays headed by Ian Poitier. I guess you could call it Bahamians Got Talent, even though they mess up.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Are you suggesting that no one should hire anyone that is released from prison? Your question sounds like that's what you're saying. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you went to prison for a specific crime, would you hire the person to deal with that issue, right? You were impersonating a lawyer. You go to jail. You come out and you study.
Oh, this is the same person?
Yeah, you study law. I don't know how you'll pass the bar. I really don't. But anyway, and then would you hire that person?
Can you?
I don't even know. I don't know, especially for impersonating a lawyer.
Does anybody know if you could become a lawyer?
I'm not so. I don't.
Can you be called to the bar after having a criminal record? Please, someone answer that one. I don't know.
How you got where you are is
you can be disbarred.
Texter.
You can be disbarred, but does it happen from the front end too?
Just saying, you're looking for trouble, even if they went to law school afterward. You just don't really care. That's what it seems like to me.
They could be a paralegal.
You'd want them in your office?
I'm just saying that's what they could be.
After his imprisonment, I was saying impersonation. He can now No, I'm not going to read this. Oh, what? Okay, no. I don't want to drift away from the topic, but what's going on with the cannons on West Bay Street near the fish fry? They have been dismantled, laying on the ground for months, almost a year now. And then what about the tourists?
Yeah, there was a whole thing about them in the paper. I don't remember what it was about. Like some group was supposed to be refurbishing them or something.
So they can work?
I don't know, but yeah, I don't know why they're still in the same position and
refurbishing them.
I don't know, fixing it. What are they doing?
Fix for what? Don't you just need to slap some paint on them?
No.
You want
those things were rusted to the core. They need new supports and all that stuff. Maybe they're being built. I don't know. I just know that a group took pictures with it and they were like, we're fixing things. But now what's happening?
Who's the group?
I don't even remember. I don't remember the details.
Like cannon fixing groups?
Yeah. Yeah. Data bomb.
Better be careful. They will fix it so it can work.
Well,
boy. Yeah. Okay, we'll get to the prisoners in a bit. I thought you were a movie man. You haven't watched The Rip yet. No, I don't know. It's a good suspense thriller like The Lincoln Lawyer. Okay, I'll check it out.
It's a show or a movie?
I don't know.
Movie man.
I'm surprised you didn't mention the State of the Union address, which made history for being the longest. I'm so glad Trump took a hard stance on fraud and declared a war on fraud. I hope our leaders are watching.
Fraud.
Yeah, we have many people who were previously engaged in the legal numbers industry now impersonating real businessmen. Oh my gosh. Can you be quick, like 30 seconds? Caller, good morning, you're on. Yeah? No? Okay, I guess not. All right, so when we get back, we have a lot to talk about, right? We're going to get into this Marvin Dame story and get into the prisoner work scheme and working on things and candidates doing things that they really shouldn't be doing, claiming they're getting things done when it just makes no sense. What's happening here?
No idea.
A lot to talk about when we get back after the news. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
Don't mind Livingston. Your side of JP. Don't mind Livingston. Your side of JP. Your side of JP. Your side of JP. Going down Bayman Road. Going down Bayman Road. Going down Bayman Road. I can't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Going down
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. And now at 8:22, it's time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. So we've got high pressure that is moved across the Bahamas, maintaining a dry and stable air mass throughout the islands. A remnant frontal boundary will move across the southeast Bahamas tonight. And that's going to bring some showers to that part of the country. The cooler weather pattern is only going to last for a couple more days as high pressure moves from the Gulf of Mexico across the area. As that system shifts further in tomorrow, temperatures will gradually begin to get warmer, and at the same time, shower activity may increase as remnant troughing lifts northward across the Bahamas through the weekend. Another cold front may move into the area early next week. But for now, today, we're dealing with a high risk of threatening rip currents and rough surf across all Atlantic-exposed islands. Beachgoers and swimmers should avoid entering all windward and Atlantic-exposed shorelines. For today, for most areas, we're looking at partly sunny conditions becoming fair tonight. A bit more cloud cover, though, for the central islands, and increased rain chances for the southeastern islands beginning tonight. High temperatures still pretty low compared to what most might want. We've got highs in the upper 60s, low 70s for the extreme northern Bahamas. Overnight lows in the mid to upper 40s tonight and low 50s. For the rest of us in the northwest Bahamas, including Providence, look for high temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s, and overnight lows tonight in the low to mid 50s. For the central southeast Bahamas, high temperatures near the low to mid 70s, lows in the mid to upper 50s, and for the southeastern islands, 77, around 77 for your highs today, overnight lows tonight in the low to mid 60s. In your extended outlook, as we head into tomorrow, Thursday, look for partly sunny to sunny conditions, turning mostly fair at night. For most areas, cloudy for parts of the central islands. And by Friday, mostly sunny for most areas, turning fair at night. That will hold into the weekend until Monday, when we see a mix of sun and clouds turning partly cloudy at night, with a slight increase in rain chances. That's your morning blend weather check, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. If you're ready to refresh your space, head to your local Sherwin-Williams for premium paint, pro tips, and everyday deals that make it easy to get started. And it's time for a check of traffic, brought to you by Easy Car Sales, inviting artists and all creatives to design a full wrap for their new Hongxi all-electric SUV. Create your mobile masterpiece and enter the electric canvas competition to win $5,000. The deadline entry is February 28th, so get started. Find out more at easy242.com. And in your traffic this morning, a reminder of some of the work going on. We've got a couple of areas where there's milling and paving work through the end of the week. So Flamingo Drive, if you're there from Sunset Drive to Caribou, that work is mainly between 9:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. So you're asked to avoid the area if possible, or at least follow the posted traffic signs. Then there's Colleton Street from Robinson Road to Roland Street. Milling and paving work happening there as well through to the end of the week. Again, that's between 9:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. Follow the posted traffic signs or avoid the area if you can. In your real-time traffic right now, we've got a number of hotspots for you. We're seeing that heavy traffic still on West Bay Street near Saunders Beach, especially as you approach the New Providence Highway roundabout. And West Bay Street will be busy for you once you get east of Arawak Key near Nassau Street, especially eastbound. We've got for you from Fire Trail straight up to Tonic Williams-Darling Highway, the roundabout there. And over on John F. Kennedy Drive, once again, slow-moving traffic along Lake Cunningham eastbound, but on the Glaston Road side, smooth for you if you're heading northbound. JFK is going to be busy for you again, though. East of that area near Theodora Lane, slow-moving westbound traffic, and eastbound to the Prospect Ridge roundabout, also some build-in traffic there. Then there's Blue Hill Road, heavy traffic for you from St. Vincent all the way up to Independence Drive. Independence Drive seeing heavy traffic both directions, especially eastbound. And Robinson Road, Prince Charles Drive, very slow-moving westbound traffic from about Beatrice Avenue straight through to Robinson, and Marathon Road. Eastern Road, also heavy westbound traffic from just east of Fox Hill to Johnson Road. That's your real-time traffic and your morning plan traffic alert brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. You can buy your motor insurance your way. Stop by your nearest branch or visit nuainsurance.com. Simple, secure, and ready when you are.
No one likes a fender bender. Oh, man. From a little scratch to a full mashup, NUA Insurance has got you covered with auto insurance tailored to fit your needs and budget. For affordable rates with free on-site accident assistance, visit us online or in branch and just ask us. NUA Insurance. Ask us because we've got you covered.
Technology is not a choice, it's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the Know-How team at 396-1101.
Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Like with CIBC, and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
For over half a century, Hongxi has been reserved only for heads of state and world leaders. It wasn't just a car, it was a privilege. Easy Car Sales is proud to bring that distinguished heritage to the Bahamas. A new era in luxury electric, rooted in absolute prestige. It's for the few who demand freedom from the gas pump and first-class craftsmanship. Visit Easy Car Sales to see if you're ready for a taste of royalty.
Here's a sure-winning art store moment from Shelley and Dee Dee.
We're the only full art store in Bobby. We make a list, and trust me, our boss can get that. If you need that, he can get that. You can find sketchbooks, acrylics, the canvases in all sizes, stencils. We have the Angelus that they use on shoes and letters. We're the only persons in Nassau that carries the Montana spray. We have the Krylon sprays, watercolor and paints, the oil, chalk paints, the alcohol paint, metallic paints, the little Floetrol, and we have cleaning products for the artists, thinning products for the artists, and Crayola colors, and glitters, pencils, the Posca markers, and pastels, oil, and the acrylic pastels, dyes. Oh yeah, we also have airbrush paint. I didn't forget that part of the movie. Gift sets, hobby craft,
Oil, shrimp, stew, shrimp gumbo. But art supplies. We have a lot of them. Show and color in every day.
Southwest Plaza has so many stores, I've been trying to find a sensible way to list them all. There's CBS Bahamas, the Ashai Institute, BENC Snack World, Bamboo Shack Bahamas, there, the Athlete's Foot and BTC, Games and More, John Bull Pine Threads, Alive Bahari, Dairy Queen, 700 Wines and Spirits, Sandy's Clocks and Island Lock, Starbucks and Lowe's Pharmacy, plus Marco's Pizza and Lorraine. Southwest Plaza, what a wide array of stores. Southwest Plaza, stop by today and explore.
Marco's Marco's is so bad. Don't think small, think big. The Big Marco's Pizza is just $16.50. One extra large, one topping pizza you'll love at a great price. Big nights need big pizza. Made with our founder's signature sauce, fresh cheese, and fresh dough. Taste the freshness in every slice. Big slices, big flavor, big value. Order now at MarcosPizzaBahamas.com. Go big tonight with Marcos.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
One.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Chester Robards. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to be talking with a very special guest. We're looking forward to this, about Kalik Victory Fest. We're going to talk with the guest. It's been a long time. But looking forward to that. And then later, it's Bristol Wines and Spirits, our Wine Wednesdays, and with them. But really quickly, we just want to wrap up these conversations about what's in the news. Of course, the big headline in the Nassau Guardian, Dames distances himself from associate's drug arrest. So former Minister of National Security Marvin Dames, who is the FNM's candidate for Mount Moriah, denied any knowledge of or involvement in unlawful activity that led to his business associate being arrested in the U.S. for cocaine possession. So Dames saying in a statement, quote, "I've been informed from an individual with whom my wife and I entered into a business arrangement in 2024 that has been arrested in Broward County, Florida, USA, on allegations relating to controlled substances. To be clear, neither I nor my wife had any knowledge of or involvement in or benefit from any alleged unlawful activity connected to this matter. At no time did I nor my wife authorize, participate in, or sanction any criminal conduct. As a former senior officer of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, I have dedicated my life to the enforcement of law and the protection of our country. I will not speculate on allegations that are now properly before law enforcement authorities. My wife and I will fully cooperate with any lawful inquiry in the Bahamas or the United States." So this statement coming after social media posts circulated about the matter. The question is, Malcolm Rashad Goodman, a boat captain at Real Experience Boat Charters in Rock Sound. And there's a whole lot more on that and the charges and what was found in today's Nassau Guardian. Wow. Then there is this, our Rachel Scott writing about it. Southern Shores MP Leroy Major has claimed in a social media video that his efforts in the area were sabotaged. This following the circulation of another video in which the PLP candidate for the constituency, O.B. Roberts, said he's entered into an arrangement with the prison to use inmates to clean up a park in the area. Right? So Roberts was saying that he was out there clearing down the park where people normally used to walk in the morning and evenings in terms of exercising, and they had concerns that the park was tremendously overgrown and it was extremely dangerous for them if they came out here and walked with their families or their kids in the mornings or evenings. That's Roberts, he said that in a video posted online. He's also the deputy chairman of the PLP. Again, the current MP, Chester, is
current. What?
He's still he's still a PLP.
Is this about BPO?
He's still the MP. He's still the MP, but the park is extremely dangerous, and yeah. So this is Roberts again. He said, "Quote: I just took in a relationship with the Bahamas Department of Corrections to help clear down this area to make it safer for the residents of Marshall Road and Misty Gardens."
So why didn't Major took it upon himself?
Well, we'll get to that. But again, this is, I mean, yes, he's the deputy chairman of the PLP and the ratified candidate, but he's a citizen. Right. I took it upon myself in relationship with the Bahamas Department of Corrections to help residents of Marshall Road and Misty Gardens. and just in terms of making the environment safe for all Bahamians, and particularly the constituents of Southern. Now, Major, who is a PLP MP, as we said, but did not receive the party's support to run again in the next general election, contract in place to maintain that park, but that it was ended by, quote, someone at PLP headquarters who controlled all of my contracts. Major said, quote, he said that the people at Marshall Road, Misty Gardens, have been calling in and letting him know about the situation at the park. He came and he got it done, but I must say that this park was always on a contract. For some reason, it came off contract because someone at PLP headquarters controlled all of my contracts, and they took it and gave it to who they wanted to give it to just to sabotage me. So, Mr. Roberts, we in Marshall Road, we in Misty Gardens, we thank you for cleaning up the mess that you created. Whoa. That's Major, the PLP MP for Southern Shores.
That is Major.
Wow. All right, so that's something.
Okay.
And then there's this, related to that one. Monroe says no issue with PLP candidate using prisoner work crews, right? So FNM chairman, Dr. Dwayne Sands, said yesterday the decision by the PLP candidate for Southern Shores, Obie Roberts, to hire prisoners to clean up a park on Marshall Road was an obvious conflict. Sands said, quote, to go ahead and publicly confirm that you, a private citizen, engaged in action, isn't that an obvious conflict? And does that mean that any private citizen can do the same thing? In response, Minister of National Security Wayne Monroe said Roberts was simply making use of the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services work scheme, which allows some prisoners to leave the facility from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to work and earn money. He said anyone can reach out to BDOCs to schedule crews to work, so long as they pay them. Monroe said, quote, a prison officer goes out with them and you're charged for that. If you wanted to clean an area, you can call the prison and be in touch with the chief officer who does that. Anyone can do it. Monroe said inmate crews are working on churches and are paid to clean parts of Bay Street. Well,
I mean, that's a government function, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Or private people hire them.
Nobody should be admitting to that. What? Insisted that the hiring of the inmates is not political and said any party could do the same. Saying, quote, I don't use them in my constituency because I use the young fellas. Oy. But if I were to run out of young fellas to use, what? What's happening? I myself, knowing about the program, would put my name down to get the next crew available. This is getting worse.
Why?
What? I use the young fellas, but when I run out, I'd go to the prison to use them.
You're putting the young fellas to work.
Yeah, sure. If the FNM headquarters needed repairs, the repair crews have a schedule. The sooner you sign up, the sooner you get it on the list.
What I want to know, so why did Mr. Roberts not then say, I hired, not this relationship thing. That's the...
You have an issue with that word being used there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, that doesn't tell the entire story, right? So you start a relationship, what does that mean? That doesn't mean you paid.
Start a relationship with the prison.
That doesn't mean you paid. Hired them.
Let's get your quick reaction to this. We've got to move on. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259.
How you say it. It's how you say it.
How you say it.
How you
Indeed.
say it.
Lots of
the words you use.
Boy, I tell you. Caller, what say you on this? Hi, are you there? Caller, good morning. We can hear you. Nope. All right.
Also, why isn't it the common knowledge, especially for people who were in government, given that this is the case, as said by the Minister of National Security, that anyone can hire a work crew from the prison? I mean, like, did you know that? That anyone can?
No, I did not know that.
And then you have a texter who's saying we do it all the time. A private company.
Somebody texted and said yes.
You know, they should advertise.
But there's a bunch of people around here who aren't working, though.
Maybe they should go to prison. Okay.
Oh boy. Caller, let's take these calls really quickly. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Morning, my friend Dwight and Mr. Chester. How are you?
Good morning.
You're doing well.
Right. Mr. Strachan, I know it's impossible for you to answer this question, but I'm very curious. Is this the same Reverend Major, Leroy Major, who's supposed to be the pastor of Pilgrim Baptist Church up in Kemp Road?
I'm sure it's not. This is the MP. He's been an MP for almost 5 years.
But wasn't he a pastor?
I don't think it's the same person. There's a whole lot of Leroy Majors. It's a very common name.
I want someone to please help me on that. If I'm not mistaken, I thought he was the pastor of our Pilgrim Baptist Church up in Kemp Road, mainly St. James. If that is the
So, I mean, you think that made news, had a pastor? It's not the same person. It's not the same person.
Okay, well, if it's not the same person, I will apologize. But if that is the same person,
somebody's saying he is a pastor. Well, anyway, now I don't know. Okay, so he might be. Anyway, what's the point? If he is or if he isn't?
My point is that I think the brotherly love. It's in bitter taste. Like persons often believe that I and you are at odds. We disagree on issues, but you are my brother. I have to. You are my brother. Would you agree?
Sure.
And let the persons know that me and you are not.
Oh, apparently he is the same person.
We disagree on some issues. So I think the brothers they should need to behave in that same way.
Yes, apparently he is that pastor. Well, that's hilarious. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, we need to
and
find
an MP?
if that's the same pastor.
No, everyone's telling me. The whole world knows. Yes, except for me. Yes, he is the same, apparently.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Well, you can still be wronged as a pastor and feel hurt. What he's claiming is a really bad deed has been done to him. Caller, good morning. You're on the air. Hi, are you there? Call us back, 323-6232, 325-4316. Just a few text messages as we go to the break. Okay, so this person says here, what's going on the sailboats parked up at Montague? Are they paying anchorage? You should call them. Okay. Marvin Dames seems to be caught up in all the negative headlines. Not a good look for a candidate. That's a text. Okay. This person says here, not sure what you're suggesting. I can't read that one. Yes, the same person. Everyone says, yes, same person. 100 text messages. Yes, I attend the church. Okay, thank you. The PLB candidates like to use political tactics to one-up their competitive candidates. Okay. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi, good morning.
How are you and Jesse doing?
Doing well.
All right, I got you now because the phone, we can do good this morning. You hang up twice on me.
Oh, boy. Turn on your radio for us, please.
Yeah, I turned it down now. In the car, I kind of turned it off.
All right.
But, with him, that's the same fella. And I see what he mean when he say the PLP got to come to him now if Clint Watson don't get the nomination. Yeah, and he read up OB2, so he ain't paving the roads. OB ain't pay, say this, say it's two. His constituency plans and things, so he pave up the roads. And no, our prisoners shouldn't be using as political pawns to come out and get an advantage for a particular political party. Yeah, damn right. And what you saying with the lawyer earlier, I agree with Chester, but I was trying to find out how his voice would sound when he talking to the clients. And
a little hoarse.
And I wonder which bathroom he used, if he was the female or the male bathroom.
Boy.
I know he probably peeping over them cuticles, them dividers and thing in the bathroom too.
Well,
but yeah, man, how you can do that? So you don't need no ID to go in court or nothing like that.
Not sure that he went to court. He just met with clients, it seems, and got money.
He take their money, yes.
Yes.
Okay. But then that's still dangerous. It's still supposed to show some
fraud.
kind of ID or something, because a former prisoner or someone who get convicted by the judge could go in court, dress up like a woman, go in court and do foolishness. And then the last thing, Dwight.
Maybe not, since it hasn't. It was as far as we know, hasn't happened. But who knows how far he was prepared to take this?
Right. And the last thing is, man, you done working a whole shipment from Colombia and then come as far as 3 miles off from Florida. You only have the stuff covered up, man. The Coast Guard discovered from the plane up there. They can see, they look like brooks of cocaine and bags on top of the deck on the boat, man.
We don't
know. And then the fella say, he's going to go eat it? He's going to eat the stuff? What type of foolishness this is? Boy, hey. Only in the Bahamas. All right, gentlemen.
Okay. All right. Well. We're going to take a break. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. You don't want to miss it. Our next guest. Stay tuned.
Sweeter than guava jam, she got all of me. Waist like a horse, ticking the ties. Call me like your Uber girl, can't come for this ride.
Looking for insurance that fits your lifestyle and your budget? At Star General Insurance, we've got you covered. Whether it's motor insurance with flexible options for third-party liability and comprehensive coverage, or commercial insurance products that protect your business, we have choices you can afford. Own a home or renting? Our home insurance products have just what you need. And for the adventurers out there, we have marine insurance too. Visit our website or social media pages for contact information and quotes. Star General, insurance made simple.
The following is a paid political message.
Find it here. You're looking for truth. Find it here. Vote for MacGyver. She's here for you. See everybody in Kalani. Change his hair. Hey. Hands in the air. See everybody in Kalani. She is a fighter.
That was a paid political message.
Put more money back in your pocket with the Fidelity Debt Consolidation Loan. Why pay more when you can pay less? Reduce your monthly debt payments down to one low, easy payment. Apply for a Fidelity Debt Consolidation Loan today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Marcos is so back. Don't think small, think big. The big XL deal at Marcos Pizza is just $16.50. One extra large, one topping pizza you'll love at a great price. Big nights need big pizza. Made with our founder's signature sauce, fresh cheese, and fresh dough. Taste the freshness in every slice. Big slices, big flavor, big value. Order now at MarcosPizzaBahamas.com. Go big tonight with Marcos.
Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app. Nassau, Bahamas.
I'm a boatman, a seaman. My work is on the water. Free diving, throw no line is how I survive. Listen, from foggy to yellowtail, from jackfish to killer whale, I jump in my dingy boat and I head on down the coast. I need a fish to bite. My kids gotta eat tonight, so I do what I gotta do. Take some fish back for them.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Chester Robards. And folks, it's been a long time. We are very honored to have as our special guest.
I know who it is, I think.
It's been a long time. I thought he abandoned us. Huh? Exactly. I haven't seen him in years. He used to be in here almost every month. What did I do to him? But he's back. KB, we miss you. Good morning, sir. You remember where we are? Do you remember where the studio is?
Is this a joke? Is this a comedy show?
Good morning, sir.
How you doing? Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, Chester. Good morning, Muhammad. Good morning. How you doing?
It is great.
Y'all had me laughing all morning just from the newest stories, man. It's been great.
Today is a special day.
Thank you very much. No, man, I've not abandoned you. You know how it's been. It's been Dorian. It's been COVID. It's been many things, and God just blessed me to have a hit song with Boatman, and I'm back. Back in the game again.
Excellent. That is good news. Good news. You came up a lot on our show yesterday. Angelique McKay with us and talking about the success you've had in international markets. So that is that's pretty cool there, and hopefully we can have you in studio to talk about it in depth.
I would appreciate you. I've not seen you in a long time. I just came back from Washington D.C. with tourism last week.
Wonderful.
They had me down for travel. The whole thing that they're exposing the Bahamian culture and the market. So it's really been a terrific several years now. Man.
That is excellent. That's great stuff. All right, so this is Kalik Victory Fest and the big event. Let people know exactly what this is. Are you? Is it just you this morning with us, or?
Well, I think I think Stephen Roll is also here, but he can explain all the ins and outs. I can give you from what's going on in the stage and the talent, but it's basically the winner of the Junkanoo of last year, so coming into this year, New Year's Junkanoo, going to be celebrating. So that's what it's all about.
Hey, morning, Dwight. Morning, Chester. Morning, Mr. Bodie. What's happening?
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I share KB's sentiments when he said the news was hilarious this morning. It was quite comical. But man, Victory Fest, we're happy to celebrate the winners of the Boxing Day and New Year's Day Junkanoo parades.
Yes.
Every year, Collect hosts this event where we give back to the Junkanoo community. So what's special about Victory Fest is that 100% of the door proceeds go to the winning A groups from the Boxing Day and New Year parade.
Wow.
So I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate, but fortunately for us, for the past 2 years, those have just been. There's some competition in there, and the competition is being able to hold its own across both parades. So one family after this event is another gate proceeds to continue on and help with their planning for the next Junkanoo season. So we're happy to have KB, have Shine, have Julian Believe, have Johnny Cake, have DJ Tank, DJ Pressure. Just come on stage, come to our event and help us celebrate culture, help us celebrate one family and colors. This year we're actually adding the B categories for the first time to our honorees. So we want to recognize Junkanoo in every asset. So we're happy to have KB, like I said, and I think it's just going to be an amazing event. So we're looking forward to everyone coming out. It will be this Saturday, February 28th, at what we call Bearfest Grounds on JFK Drive. I think most Bahamians who've been to Bearfest in the past 20 years are familiar with where we are. So JFK Grounds, Bearfest Grounds on JFK Drive. Gates open at 8 p.m. And what's amazing this year is actually we're adding the Essence Band to our lineup.
Oh, wow.
And Essence are going to be performing at 9 p.m. sharp. They have another engagement, and they are sliding us in for 1 hour at 9 p.m. So if you love Essence, if you love their performance, you know they are high energy, come out early, and really let's celebrate not only one family and colors, but also Junkanoo was on board. There's so many people who are behind the scenes in making sure Junkanoo happens, and we're just really excited to support the culture.
Yeah, Mr. Roll, I just want to ask you. Good morning to you. What's the response typically like to these kinds of events? Is it just the Junkanoos who come out to celebrate the victory, or does everybody come out because of what it is?
It's everybody. Last year, and one of the reasons why we're actually going back to the Bearfest Grounds on JFK Drive is because last year we were in Smuggler Square, and
couldn't fit everybody.
We couldn't fit everybody.
Wow.
It became a little bit tight in there, so we said, you know what? Let's go back to our home, to our base, and let's make sure bring out all the big guns, aka Mr. KB, and let's really just have an amazing time and we celebrate Bahamian culture. Um, One of the things that we did yesterday in recognizing 242 Day was we had a block party at our 700 Wines and Spirits store on JFK Drive, and we recognized that Bahamian culture is more than just rake and scrape or junk music. It's the food that we eat. It's the way that we prepare it. It's our slang, our little bop,
Wow.
all those little things. So um, it's to your question, Chester. Yes, we have to go to a bigger space, and we're going to make sure bring out all the big guns and bring out everything to make sure this event is a success and that we can really come back and contribute to one family uh, to help them and in the way forward.
That's excellent. Okay, so we'll get back to you, Stefan, about
pun
the
intended.
tickets, the tickets, and where to get them in a bit. But so, KB, tell us about what we can expect. Other than Essence Band at 9 o'clock, what else can we expect from everybody on the stage Saturday night?
Well, I can't tell you what everyone will be doing, but I know they got Shine, they got Johnny Cake, they got Julian, like Stephanie said, and you're gonna have me. Of course, I'm gonna come out guns blazing, and I mean not figuratively, with music happening. So we're gonna have a great time that night, man. We're gonna bring the culture, and I want to say that to Mr. Roll, listen, y'all need to give Rake and Scrape some of this love y'all as we get into John Canoe, man. Let me endorse that one for Rake and Scrape. Because the Rake and Scrape community could use some of that. But it's going to be a great night, man. I look forward to this. Going to be my first show in Nassau for the year. So coming out, starting off the year with Tillich, man. I love it.
That is fantastic. What time are you going to be on the stage?
Well, that's again from Sterolum to tell me, but after everyone, they're going to probably have me closing the show. So I don't know exactly. What's the schedule look like, Mr. Roll?
KB is going to be on at about 12 o'clock.
Okay.
That's
That's the right party time. That's right in the heart of party time. So that's perfect. All right. So tell us where we can get tickets. How much are they, Stefan Roll?
So tickets are available. Well, actually, we don't have tickets on sale as we don't have pre-sale tickets available, but you can buy tickets at the gate. They're $15 before 10 p.m. and $25 after.
It's a steal. It's a pretty good buy.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the lineup that you get, it's you can't get this. KB alone is $50 by itself. So,
Yeah. Well, we've been having last year. We've been having a lot of and the year before we've been having a lot of Rake and Scrape shows, which well attended, and again those tickets were way beyond this. So again, it's to give back to the community. It's to give it back to the culture, and nothing wrong with it. I feel honored to be a part of it. I want to always thank them for including me in cultural events and things that can big up the culture. Thank you very much, Collect. Thank you very much, Cromwell Brewery. Again, let's big up that Rake and Scrape too.
Excellent stuff. Again, Saturday. Remind folks exactly where and when and all the details they need.
Okay, so it's Saturday, February 28th, JFK grounds. If you're familiar with the 700 Wines and Spirits store that's opposite the Ministry of Works, right there in the back parking lot, we have an amazing venue space set up there that you can come out and enjoy. Rake and Scrape, give back to the Jonathan community. If you're a one family member, come out in your colors. Same with if you're a colors Jonathan group, come out in your colors. But I don't want this to be about colors or one family. I want it to be about the Jonathan community. So no matter who you rush with, no matter who you support, come out in your colors. Come out and support your Jonathan group because Jonathan is more than winning the parade. I know we've put so much competition on the parades, but it's really just being in the stands. I remember being in Russell Square and just watching people just start up. They were trash talking the other groups, but they still enjoyed the music, still enjoyed the essence of what was happening. So that's what we kind of do. So February 28th open at 8 p.m. Essence goes on stage at 9. We have an amazing lineup that includes KB, Shine, Johnny Cake, Julian Believe, DJ Tank, DJ Pressure. We just added Synergy Band. So it's an amazing lineup of
And don't forget Essence. The Essence Band.
And Essence Band as well. So it's an amazing lineup of locally made, locally grown, locally bred entertainment. So yeah, come out.
It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much, both of you, Stefan Roll, and of course KB. KB can't wait to see you. Can't wait to have you back in the studio with us.
I'm allowed now to come back. I'll be here.
No one ever stopped you. No one ever stopped you. Got a chair reserved for you here.
Thank you very much, man. Hey, y'all take care, Steph. Y'all do well. Thank you very much, man.
All right. Take care, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Roll.
Collect Victory Fest this Saturday, folks. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. We're going to break for news and be back with a whole lot more. Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
My work is on the water, free diving, throwing out liners, how I survive.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Chester Robards. And coming up this morning, our special monthly series with Bristol Wines and Spirits. We're going to get into that with them in just a bit. But we begin with your morning business report brought to you by CFAL. In your morning business report, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Chester Cooper, urging Bahamians to take advantage of the expanding opportunities arising from the growth of the cruise sector in the country. Cooper making the remarks at a recent Opportunities from Cruise Industries meeting with the Tourism Development Corporation at Margaritaville Beach Resort. There, Cooper addressed cruise executives, government officials, port leaders, tourism agencies, and local operators, explaining that the record cruise arrivals being experienced in the country have to begin to translate into stronger participation by Bahamians in the cruise industry and ownership in businesses that benefit from the cruise industry. A statement explained that the Bahamas recorded 12.5 million visitor arrivals last year, with cruise passengers accounting for the lion's share of that growth across Nassau, Freeport, Bimini, Eleuthera, and the Berry Islands. The U.S. Embassy in Nassau issuing a statement message to U.S. citizens this week, urging them against attempting to operate a fishing charter in the country without a license. This comes after two American men suspected of orchestrating a series of at least 17 illegal fishing charter excursions were arrested following a months-long investigation involving multiple agencies. U.S. Embassy's website directing its message to all U.S. citizens, boat owners, and captains traveling to the Bahamas, urging them not to operate the fishing charter without a license and to obtain all necessary charter licenses from the Bahamas if charter operations are intended. The Grand Bahama Shipyard successfully completing its first dry docking with its newly commissioned floating dry dock called East End. It lifted Carnival Corporation's Carnival Elation cruise ship for scheduled maintenance in the middle of January. The shipyard said the first use of East End marked a milestone in the continuing $600 million redevelopment of the shipyard. Part of that redevelopment will be the shipyard's receipt of an even larger floating dock called Lucayan, expected to arrive in Grand Bahama later this year. And Sotheby's Concierge Auctions is set to sell an oceanfront resort and marina that the auction house calls Rare. Blue Marlin Cove Resort and Marina is listed at $13.5 million and is located on the western tip of Grand Bahama. According to a statement on the property released by Sotheby's, the property is set to go on auction on March 18th. Bidding will end on March 25th. Read more on that in today's Guardian business section. Overseas, Warner Brothers Discovery says that Paramount has raised the price of its takeover offer to $31 per share, potentially setting the stage for a fresh bidding war with Netflix over the future of the Hollywood giant. Paramount's offer had previously stood at $30 per share since December, when the Skydance-owned company launched its hostile bid to challenge a deal Warner struck with Netflix to sell its studio and streaming business for $27.75 per share. A Warner Brothers Discovery buyout would reshape Hollywood and the wider media landscape, bringing HBO Max, cult favorite titles like Harry Potter, and depending on who wins the Netflix versus Paramount tug of war, potentially even CNN under one roof. A new roof. Unlike Netflix, Paramount wants to acquire Warner Brothers in its entirety, including networks like CNN and Discovery. The companies have spent the last couple of months in a heated public back and forth over who has a stronger deal, and Paramount upping its offer only adds to the pressure. In your Market Watch recapping trading on the BISX from Tuesday, your market movers: APD Limited moving 100 shares, closing at $50 unchanged. Galena Holdings moving 500, closing at $15.80 unchanged. Finco moving 750 unchanged at $16.20. JS Johnson moving 400 unchanged at $16.76. Consolidated Water up 12 cents, closing at $7.47, and Emira Incorporated down 14 cents, closing at $12.38. The BISX All-Share Index closing at 3,178.69, up 0.03. That's your Market Watch, and that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. And tune in Mondays at 6:30 p.m. for CFAL Talks right here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more Morning Blend business in just a bit.
Hey folks, thanks for your patience. We'll be taking off very shortly. You should be wheels up in about 40 minutes. And due to a bumpy ride, snacks and beverage service has been suspended. AC has given us some trouble, sorry folks. And Wi-Fi is out. And so is the entertainment. Yeah, I'm sorry about the smell, folks. We are aware.
I know.
Just one more quick note. We are going to have to deplane.
Come on!
We're like the plane ride that isn't a nightmare. CG Atlantic Agents and Brokers. Good like that.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
We are back with Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight, Strachan with Chester Robards. As promised, Bristol Wines and Spirits with us for Wine Wednesdays. Good to see you all. Good morning. Kyle Stubbs, Tori Saunders, Zena Williams.
Good morning.
Morning.
Happy February.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost March, eh? All right, so what are we doing today?
Well, there's 2 days, wine days in February. One right after Valentine's. I think it's International Drink Wine Day. And then this Saturday coming, the last Saturday of February, is Open That Bottle Night.
Oh, wow.
And so we just amongst ourselves yesterday said just bring a bottle. Let's have a conversation about reasons as to why we should open a bottle. I know we are in an interesting time. February for a lot of Christians usually mean Lent.
Right.
And so we just wanted to have the open conversation about bringing a bottle of wine for whatever reason, whether it's intentional about what it is and it's in line with what we're doing for Lent, whether it's gratefulness, right? So I kind of took on some things as opposed to giving us some things for Lent. And so gratefulness is one of those. And so there's a particular category of wine that speaks to gratefulness, thankfulness, celebration of whatever sorts. And so we just want to profile some wines that Tori has a nice treat. That's not available, but it will taste it live and get that raw initial feedback, and then he can let the listening audience know how they can get their hands on a particular one of these bottles that's here for a particular restaurant kind of thing, and then Zena will run with whatever promotions and events and experiences that we have coming up.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. All right. Any particular considerations with the weather that we're seeing? I mean, we don't have too much more, maybe a couple weeks left, but that you should be thinking about when it comes to wine?
I think the last 2 days, and then I think it was 2 weeks ago when we had that really bitterly cold 2 days. I think that speaks to heavy wines, higher alcohol content. And I think Zena's spot on this morning with this bottle of cognac that's on the table. That's a cross between fermentation on wine and distillation on spirits.
Right.
And the brown liquor or spirit kind of speaks to these colder weathers. But if we stay on wine and we talk about higher alcohol content and warmer feeling and sensations, we'll be talking about fortified wines. So moving from cabs and this kind of style of stuff that what Tori has to the fortified stuff. 19.5% alcohol, so we can get that real nice warmth from the first sip.
So these are nice nights for the port.
Most definitely. These are fantastic nights for ports. Fantastic
I
nights.
wonder what the St. Bernards used to carry in their little keg thing. Maybe
some spirit.
Spirit, yeah.
Some great base spirit.
I mean, it's a thing, right? It was a thing. When they went to rescue people, they gave them a spirit to warm them up.
Very much true.
Okay, well. Dog alcoholism.
The dog didn't drink it. Just carried it.
Oh, I thought you were saying that. You used to give it to them too. Make them run faster. I don't know. Okay.
That run slower.
And what about storage? This is, would you have to keep anything special in mind? This is the time to drink it room temperature, right?
This is room temperature time
This
for
is
us.
the room temperature.
You could pick up one of these bottles we discussed today, this red that Tori has, or any of the other bottles we discussed last month. And you can leave it on the counter.
Right.
This is good room temperature. But it's supposed to warm up today and it's tomorrow. So let's just be careful once we start hitting that 75 degrees. Let's put it inside the fridge or a dark, cool place kind of thing.
Absolutely. Okay. Wonderful stuff.
People get that room temperature confused.
Right. Not Bahamas room temperature.
Not Bahamas
Not
room
usually.
temperature. No. Our room temperature almost boiling.
Right. All right. So what are we going to be looking at
What's
first?
opening right now? It's gonna make a
Look like one of my
pop.
Interesting sound.
favorites.
Ooh.
So I fell in love with this particular sparkling maybe 6 years ago. And then I got reacquainted with it at a Louis Vuitton dinner at Cafe Blue last week, Thursday. And I think a little bit of the walk that I'm on for Lent, and then a little bit of the seriousness that goes behind this wine means that this is a bottle that, it's an everyday bottle, but with the right company, right conversation, right time, this is the bottle that I would open, right? So I'm not sure how my Saturday is lined up yet because I might end up celebrating with one family in colors. But a bottle of Simonet Ferb that belongs to Louis Vuitton, 17 generations of wine production in Burgundy, France. This is the bottle that I would have.
And I see a familiar grape name, Cremant.
Cremant, right. So this is the sparkling of Burgundy. This particular winery, Simonet Ferb, is a few miles south of Champagne. We are using the two grape varieties, or the two main grape varieties we use in Champagne inside the same sparkling as well. This goes through the exact same process that Champagne does. The minimum aging requirement for Champagne is 12 months of dead yeast inside the bottle. This Cremant goes through 24 months of the dead yeast inside the bottles. So there's complexity inside of it, but there's a favorable mouthfeel and finish to it. And whether it's a celebration or a party, or it's a glass of a serious conversation, or just thankful for life, this is the bottle that I would grab.
Nice.
Interesting. Wow. Smooth.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah.
I don't want to say, is it light?
Yeah, it's crisp.
It's crisp.
Yeah,
it's
very
crisp. Yeah.
We had this last week with some
apple.
Yeah, green apple. Tori saying red apple. With a nice little lobster and cream sauce, and it was just incredible.
Yeah.
But this is on its own. This is sip after sip. This is a good conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like Cremant.
And you don't have to break the bank. This one is still under $30.
Get away.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because it's just open up bottle night, right? It isn't very specific. It isn't like it's,
wow,
my 20th year as a psalm, or, my little girl's 18th birthday. It's open up bottle night, So it's, you don't want to really...
Give us the name again.
This is Simonet Ferb Cremant. And Cremant de Bourgogne means it's a sparkling wine from Bourgogne, Burgundy. And we're just not calling it Champagne because it's just not from Champagne.
Right.
So the majority of the, not entry level, but the brutes that we have from the Champagne houses are 10 months. There, he sells, bringing complexity to the bottle. This one is a little bit more, so it's still a serious, very serious wine.
It's from the Louis Vuitton family.
It's from the Louis Vuitton family.
Wow.
So this is a family-owned winery that Louis Vuitton purchased. So we
Right.
can still say that this is family-owned because Louis Vuitton is still family-owned. Yeah.
I think it's pear.
Pear? You hitting pear?
I don't know. That's what I'm getting in it. Okay. So, would you mind, Kyle, telling us about the what you're on, what's happening with you're doing during Lent, or is that personal? You don't want to share?
No, I have no problem. I just think sometimes we get so caught up on giving up, but we're asked to take up arms, and so for me, it's to be intentional on gratefulness, to be intentional on optimism in terms of the way I look at things, and just to have myself placed in a positive arena.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, every morning, every night it's some affirmations, and then there's some intentional behaviors between 8 in the morning and 6 in the evening, kind of thing.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. And again, this is under
$30.
Under $30.
Available in every Bristol Wines and Spirits. You can also find it inside Island Wines and Spirits and Keg Ranch And toast across the bridge at Paradise Island. So this is a well-placed, good quality sparkling wine, similar for Vermont.
That will impress your friends.
Yeah. Without you breaking the bank.
Yeah.
That's, I love the two of those.
So I know you said it would be good just to sit around and have a great conversation, but what would you pair this with in terms of food?
Well, first, some fresh salads with some vinaigrettes, right? Really acid, so we can cancel that out and play with flavors. Anything from the raw seafood side of things. Oysters. We can go wild with oysters.
This would have been nice with the conch salad
I
had
was
for
going
two
to say
for two days
yesterday. Yeah, I was trying to make that happen between either the Scremont and a Sauvignon Blanc, but I didn't get to that. But I think this would be good on the side of a classic Sauvignon Blanc, light on the pepper, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it has enough complexity. You bring a roast cornichon out of the oven, and this could sit well on the side of it as well.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to
I see that.
overthink it. Tori and I always laugh about it, but French fries and sparkling wine is a thing. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. And so.
But not with ketchup.
Absolutely not. For us, ketchup is
maybe mayo.
Just salt.
Or salt.
Just the salt.
Why did you look like that, Kyle? Mayo is great.
Because I'm like, the ketchup is like, it's like ice for bartenders, right? They can correct some things and make things a little bit more favorable.
Yeah.
But, you kind of made mayonnaise like more, like, I don't think that's a, I don't think mayonnaise is more favorable.
The best fries don't require ketchup.
Or mayonnaise.
Nothing.
Really.
I don't know.
Mayo always better than ketchup, though. Trust me. Try it. Certain types of fries you don't want to do it, but it's better.
You dip fries in mayo.
Or
we'll
yeah. You'd have a fry.
We'll do a show. We'll do a show,
Yeah.
and then you'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see. I mean,
I guess we might as well throw some poutine in there too, right?
No.
Some cheese and gravy. That's going to
no,
tell
you're pushing it now.
Let's not do that.
But fries,
sorry,
Canadians. I can see with the fries. That would be good. But no ketchup. All right, great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah, so.
All right, so what's next?
Tori got a fantastic wine that he has a good relationship with his winemaker, Curtis McBride. We bought Curtis in here a couple of times, 689.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So this is a fantastic project that Curtis had for somebody else, and Tori kind of screwed his hand to bring it to this market for one of our top accounts.
Okay.
So this wine...
This is the one that's not available for purchase.
Tori,
So you got the message, Tori, on this one.
Okay.
Right?
Tori earning his pay.
Indeed. So this wine will be, this wine will be throughout the SLS property at Bahama
Nice.
only, nowhere else. It won't be available in our retail space. It will not be going to any other restaurant or hotel throughout the entire country.
Wow. It's already available only there, or is it not yet?
No, it's March.
Next month.
Yeah. So we have it in we have it with us, and so it's just going through the process of pricing and everything else, and then getting it out to the property. So for the hype of spring break, this fantastic Cabernet Sauvignon will be available in the majority of restaurants in SLS.
Wow. The hype of spring break.
Well,
I didn't even think about that.
No, I thought you meant to do that.
The hype of spring break.
Well, let's see what the hype is all about.
All right.
It's, I like the nose.
So explain that process to us. Exclusives for certain clients, and why is that beneficial to you, to them? What's the thought process?
We want to be a one-stop shop for all of our partners. And so when persons request certain things or they want to differentiate their beverage program, then we want to assist them with that.
Okay.
Right? And so the steakhouse in SLS has been pouring the submission Cabernet Sauvignon for a couple of years.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And they've had tremendous success. And so they wanted to pass that around throughout the entire property in terms of the cab by the glass. But submission is a well-placed brand.
Yeah.
So you could find it in restaurants. Well, the restaurant closed. That was across the street from Bahama, but you could have find it right across the street from Bahama. You could have find it to the east and to the west of Bahama.
Very
and so for
popular.
those wine professionals, it's like everybody has it. You know, how do I differentiate?
Wow.
And so it was always conversations. And so when Tori had the winemaker down, through that conversation, he said, I have that same style in a different label that was for another market that can't be, depending on what you want, I can have this. And he's like, well, I'll put this in 6 restaurants instead of just one. And Tori said, okay, we're going to need 1,200 bottles to get started, and we're going to need 1,200 cases as the follow-up order. And so that's what we're in the middle of, and it's just trying to make certain that we could accommodate what it is that our partners want. Right?
That's pretty cool.
And this is a 100% cap?
Yes.
No? Whatever it is,
it smells
it is good.
You already tried it?
Yes.
For sure.
That
I don't wanna
is
say the whole-
smells very nice.
Really good wine.
That's 14.5 alcohol, but doesn't taste it. You know, it doesn't punch you in the throat.
No.
Yeah, you could drink.
I want to go and say no. In terms of 100%, there's a nice little spice that I think some Zinfandel is dropped inside there. I don't know, maybe some Petit Verdot or Cab Franc, just because there's some structure that kind of balances off that good food character in the front.
It's so smooth you could dangerously drink the whole bottle. Yeah,
definitely.
Oh, man.
But each sip is such a good experience that like I just want to
savor
the taste. Yeah.
Savor the flavor.
And this is only going to be in SLS restaurants.
Yeah.
You got to get it there.
You got to.
That is.
Or you could have a conversation with Tori, and I'm certain he could only, offload a few bottles.
Wow.
So I think this also would represent that open that bottleneck. Like I got this bottle. It's only in SLS.
Right.
Nobody else. We ain't going to SLS, so maybe we craving it up and crack a nice bottle of something. But this is. Submission doesn't produce anything that our palate doesn't enjoy, and I think this is just
that's quite true. That is very nice. I see what the hype is all about.
Believe the hype.
And so there's no way if the public says, hey, every time I go to SLS, I love this, you got to bring this in. No. Okay. Well,
you think the restaurants would sell you a bottle, though, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the restaurant price.
Of course,
absolutely.
Yeah, naturally.
And again, it will be very important on that fifth S, which is the savor, right? Because it could be, if it was in a retail space, let's say $30.
Yeah.
But you go to SLS to get that bottle, you pay $120.
Wow.
So it's that final S about savoring is very important when you pick it up in the on-premise space.
The taste is well worth whatever it is you pay for it in the restaurant.
Yeah. Okay, you're in the restaurant too, and hopefully it's with good company.
Yeah.
But at $110, I'll
yeah.
So you're saying any client can kind of do this with you, like say any
customer could open up that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We always evaluate things on mutual benefit.
Okay.
And then we pull the trigger. So Kana could sit down and say, "Hey, this is how much I spent with you on submission for 2 years." It's like, wow, okay. I want a label that nobody. Of course, you can get a label that nobody has based on the previous line in that conversation. So we evaluate all of those. But then, we have some people who ask and they, buy maybe a case and a half a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's a difficult conversation to go having with a winery. Because their thing is, how do we change from our normal operation to this?
Right.
There's going to be a minimum amount that we have to do to make sure that cost and everything else is covered.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of those things is evaluated. But when we could sit down and see Bahama is carrying a half a pallet of submission cab a month, and that's just one restaurant. Wow. So imagine what they're going to do with this in 6 restaurants.
Wow. So you were saying this is going to be a by the glass?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A good by the glass.
Yeah. A great by the glass.
Yeah, I think anywhere between $16 and $26 at this by the glass is worth it.
Yeah. Because, boy,
Let's start off with a story just by the name.
you know what it is. It's a. I find that the taste is one of those sure things, right? That that almost any palate could
enjoy.
Yeah. Because some like I went to a restaurant. I think I told you all this story, and they were like, "I'll suggest something for you." And I hated it. Right? And I was like, okay, that was trash, whatever it is. I don't know if you tasted this, but it is good. But this, I think anybody would enjoy it. Like
you could recommend
it would be safe.
Yeah.
Right.
Is enough fruit character for us who like that fruit and that softness on the palate, and there's enough structure for those who like those French and Italian wines.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it's a little secret. And Tori has this hidden in the back part of the warehouse.
That's crazy, eh?
Only him and the guy who carries the order.
Tori got the key.
Try to.
So, for what do you have? Is it submission, or what do you have that's similar to this in Bristol stores that people can enjoy?
I want to say it would be similar to this. It would be maybe between the 689 and the Killer Drop, which
Okay.
we've all tasted here. I think Killer Drop represents a little bit more structure.
Yeah, for sure.
And 689 represents like good fruit character of a blend.
And Bahamians are very familiar with 689.
Right. And so just think about that. We are slightly above the submission level when we talk about this in price point. But we are below 689 and Killer Drop. But the style that we're tasting is in between 689 and Killer Drop. So we're tasting premium on the palate.
Right.
Okay.
But less in terms of what we spend for it.
All right. That is good. Good to know there.
I'm a submission Pinot Noir cheerleader, so.
If you have questions for Kyle, Tori, and Zena, give us a call, 323-6232.
Zena just is smiling.
325-4316. 325-4259. Calls toll free 242-300-5720. You can tweet us, you can Facebook us, you can text us 422-4796. Great stuff.
So I just want to be sure you could come and find Tori if you might be interested in the hype.
Right.
If you know who Tori is.
If you know who whoa, he's mysterious now.
All of a sudden he's mysterious, but he was just cracking a joke in the office yesterday, right? He was in Eleuthera with the submission rep last week, and he's like, this lady stopped me out of nowhere. I don't know who she is, nothing. I don't know if she heard my voice. She's like, I just want to congratulate you. It's so nice to have educated Bahamians on the air.
On the air?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like, and I'm listening to you guys. And literally just from picking up his
that's
voice in the
beautiful.
conversation.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's Eleuthera. It happened to us in Exuma before. 2 weeks ago, we were in Freeport, and it was the same thing. So I just want to take a moment right here to thank the listening audience.
Hey.
Right? We greatly appreciate you tuning in to us.
That's beautiful.
We greatly appreciate you, calling us out when you see us in public. But most importantly, we appreciate you stopping by Bristol's and purchasing some wines. And
I think he had a
challenging
fan
the
at
palate.
the Lenny Kravitz concert too.
This again.
I know, right?
Every 2 months in a row. Chester, get ready for it next month.
You need another concert.
yeah, definitely.
Oh, wow. All right. So before we get to Zena and all the exciting things always happening, you think,
I think
one
Zena
more?
have
Or are you going to talk to Zena first? Which one?
Let's talk to Zena.
Let's talk to Zena first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk to
all right.
like
Zena
Zena.
is serious. Always, we're at the end of the month. There's always a lot of stuff happening at this time. No?
A little bit.
Okay.
So first, since we have the hype that is from submission, we actually have a submission promotion going on right now in our retail stores.
Oh.
So if you purchase 2 or more bottles of submission, you can mix and match any varietal. You will be entered to win a dinner for 2 at Karna. I think that's pretty
And
good
then you get to
price.
have the hype.
And it
Depending on
it
when you
comes
make
with
your
a bottle as
reservation,
well.
exactly.
It comes with a bottle as
So
well.
this is a really good promotion. You can go to any Bristol store in Nassau. So that's East Bay, Gladstone, or Blake Road. And you just have to purchase 2 or more and you will be entered to win. We are going to be doing the drawing March 14th. So by then the hype probably will be available. And you can enjoy that with your dinner. So that's a good promotion. Also coming up March 20th, I feel like I talked about this the last time we were here, but Fiesta Latina is back again.
Wasn't it back?
How often do you have it? Is it?
We're going to have it once a quarter.
Time is flying. Time is flying.
No, it was January. So.
That was last month.
Well, the next one, March. It's not this month. The next one is March 20th. Okay. So.
Every other month.
Yeah, that's it's increasing your frequency, but that's fine. It's a great event.
But it's
a great
really fun.
event.
So you get to enjoy Patron cocktails.
You might as well just go to once a
margaritas.
month
We have
now.
a full bar.
Just do it once a month.
No, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much.
I was just telling Tosh yesterday that there would cars line down the hill in January.
Always.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa.
because the Spanish community is pretty.
They really come out and support.
Very supportive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's $10 entry. It's a cash only event. You can bring your kids because there is a kids zone where they can play their own games separate from whatever you doing. There's always food, music. There's a cigar lounge. It's a lot of fun, and it can be fun for the family because there is the kids zone. So, we encourage you to come out and have a good time. March 20th, cash only. Cash only. And then, I think that's... April 26th. That's a little bit far from now, but it's another wine event. We have Pilates and Prosecco coming up. So it's $75. It's going to be taught by Micah. If you have Instagram, she is Bahama Hoop Yogi.
Are the people doing Prosecco expected to do Pilates?
So you do the Pilates first.
Okay.
We do a 1 hour Pilates workout session, beginner friendly. And then once you're done with that
makes more sense.
we will have a Prosecco hour, little brunch bites and all of that. And it's $75 and the workout and the Prosecco experience is included. Okay. You can send me an email if you want to come to that. It's zwilliams@bristol.bs. Once you send me an email, RSVP, I'll send you a payment link. And payment is required to secure your spot, but that is going to be April 26th.
That is for men too, right?
Anybody that wants to come out, it's not gender specific.
Oh,
If you like a little low
sounds
impact
just,
workout and a bottle or a glass of bubbly, then that's for you.
That's the ultimate balance,
Yeah.
Everyone can do
You
Pilates.
sweat it out and then you put it right back.
And it's going to be after Easter, so if you're not drinking for the Lenten period, come out and break it with a little low impact workout.
Right. Ease yourself
and a
into
nice
it.
glass of bubbly.
There you go. So I'm very curious. Now that you mentioned Lent, I mean, do you notice like people
Sales
really do
drop?
back
Is that
off,
what you're asking about?
or is it just people saying that? Yeah.
No, a few people do like they go off for Lent. I'm not drinking.
Okay.
Then you get people like I'm cutting back. And that's like God said. It's not about just putting stuff down.
Yeah.
I saw someone drinking free yesterday. So is it free or free?
Free.
It's free. Right?
So, and that's the thing.
there you go.
If you choose not to drink, at Bristol, we still have options for you. So we have the Southern Home Free, but we also have Stella Rosa Naturals now that is non-alcoholic.
Right.
And they are about $18.75 a bottle. We have a few flavors, and they are pretty popular with the people who have decided that they may not want to drink during this period or don't drink at all, but still want to indulge in something while they socialize with people who may still be drinking.
Do restaurants carry those as well?
The non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
The free, there's a couple of
Yeah.
placements.
Oh, okay. They should.
We started off with the Southern Home stuff, serious but still playful, just to
Right.
get into that non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
But I just, side note, I was in South Beach on the weekend and I was able to experience some quality non-alcoholic that I took some photos from and passed on to the superiors from one of our suppliers.
Okay.
And so
South Beach, Miami.
yeah.
Okay.
And so the seriousness of
I don't know. My mind was like, where you was in South Beach tasting.
I was at the mansion. But so the seriousness we will participate in, and as we get opportunities to taste and these things, meet our tasting panel profile that we think that we can sell and manage in the market. You will see a lot more of those kind of thing. So we're starting off with the fun things, but just like Zena said, so you don't lose that social element. You can still be amongst in a social context with consuming non-alcoholic beverages, but we want that to be as serious as those who are consuming alcohol beverages, right?
Excellent.
We want you to be intentional on what it is you're consuming and premiumize what it is that you're consuming. It's the same thing on the non-alcoholic side. Right? We're away from lemonades and that kind of stuff. We're serious about our mocktails and that kind of thing now. So we want to do the same thing on non-alcoholic wines.
So were you at the South Beach Wine and Food Festival?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Lucky brute.
Fancy.
Well, you got to throw yourself in it and really... And that's probably a different conversation.
Yeah,
Ministry
the
of Tourism-
Bahamas was a big,
so Ministry of
big
Tourism.
sponsor.
Let's do it properly.
Oh, yeah.
Yikes.
And take us next time, too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I said that to the minister.
So,
You did?
So
Yes.
it's. I don't get no problems.
Just say it.
The Ministry of Tourism sponsored it, right?
Yeah, they were. This was the 25th anniversary of the Sobe Wine and Food. So
Right. And so they participated in the trade show and the Grand Tasting Village. And then they were also the big sponsor for Foodie Con, which is about food content creators. And I just sat down and I was just like, with Bahamian food content
And
creators.
there were no Bahamian
They
food
sponsored
content
it,
creators.
Mr. Tourism.
Right. And so it was just like,
That sounds like a good event though, Foodie Con.
we're moving in the right direction, but let's just be intentional.
Well, let's hope next year they will.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you'd have a
I kind
Foodie
of
Con
threw
here.
some rocks and asked some questions
Yeah.
and did some things. So we'll see how things go. But yeah.
'Cause
But
we
it's
could-
good. It's
we
good
could
to know
really
that
shake
we
that
are.
up.
Oh, if we could shake. I mean, I just thought like Bahamas Botanicals with all of our spirits from local fruits.
Yeah.
Just made so, but it's conversations to be had.
definitely.
And it's awesome to see the Ministry of Tourism participating on that level.
Yeah.
We're
That's
talking about
fantastic.
hundreds of thousands of people that was down for South Beach on the
Yeah.
weekend. So it was incredible to see the Ministry of Tourism do that, but then also to know that, okay, we could really hit home runs out of the park with this.
I have to say, but Jazz in the Gardens is like our thing too, right?
Yeah,
but South Beach Wine and Food Festival, the Bahamians get into it. I worked it when I was in FIU because
There you
they
go.
asked FIU students
absolutely.
to
Yep.
work it.
Yeah.
And then I had to go back
Yeah.
like as just a participant, and it was one of the most amazing event experiences I ever had.
So
Nice.
Chef Simeon Hall was down there as
Oh,
well.
he was?
Yeah,
Okay.
he did
Good.
the Caribbean link on Friday night.
Ah, nice.
So we
So that's one of the events that you buy tickets for.
Yeah. So
Oh.
and I don't want to really think I did this on a personal levels. Fortunately, Centauri and I down a couple of years ago. We've been trying to get back down, and I just made a decision this year. Like I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going to invest in these particular events. And honestly, between the dinner at Cafe Balloon last week Thursday and then the weekend in South Beach, like the best gastronomic experience I've
Yeah,
had in 15
I
years in the
Oh,
industry.
wow. That's
great.
pretty amazing.
And then to be in this mindset of thankfulness and everything, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, now I'm ready.
Oh, this is great. Okay. All right. So, if we're going to, yes, Zena is great at this. She beats me to it to post all the wines that we feature, right? So, look out for that very soon, and I will do it as well.
Where did they sign that, Zena?
On Bristol's site.
So you can follow us on Instagram at Bristol Bahamas or Facebook, Bristol Wines and Spirits. I usually post as soon as we are off the air.
Yeah, she's very
So you will be able to see the wines and the spirit that I brought for Open the Bottle Day.
Okay. And then I'm a little bit later, but I thank Bristol for retweeting often and reposting what we put up as well. So we're all doing it. You can always find the information wherever we talk about, wherever we feature. You will find it on social media. Follow Bristol and follow Morning Blend on Guardian Radio.
Do you want to know what all the hype about? Do say that we told you.
Wow. This guy. That's it? You got it? No more?
That's just the brutal. That's just the brutal honesty.
The brutal
Wow. He's here.
You can pay me
He's here all week, folks. He's here all week.
You can pay me later.
I see some wine thread material, some threads on some shirts and stuff.
Hey.
Yeah, that's another person asking for us to tell them everything we feature today. Okay.
I think what we did miss on the 20th and the 21st, we're back with level 1 in wines.
Oh.
And so we've been communicating directly from the Wine Academy, the Academy of Wines and Spirits, directly to our partners. And so we'll ramp that up in the next 2 weeks as we finalize payments and deadlines to have materials sent in to us so we could source the wines from Bristol's. And then we could get some more Bahamian professionals with their certificates and their pins to sell some big wines and to make some money while they do it in the restaurants with a little bit of competence and confidence.
Okay, excellent.
Yes, and rise to the top of the industry.
Most definitely.
So that we don't see so many unfamiliar faces.
I'm very curious about this horrible wine that you were forced to drink.
I don't even know what it was. I'm not going to tell you what restaurant.
I mean, was it overly sweet? What was it?
It was sour and not enjoyable.
And that speaks to the part when we have our training and we tell them about the BS in the market.
Yeah. Wow.
Because now you get people. I come to you as a server.
Exactly.
I've never tasted this wine before. Oh yeah, I recommend you. You should have this. Is pretty good. Blah blah blah. It goes well with this, but you've never.
And the
had it
answer is
before.
usually just like, oh, people enjoy it, or people say,
No, it was with you.
Yeah, and I bring this. This is my personal favorite, and I have it when I have my ribeye. Oh yeah, you should try the ribeye on the menu. It goes well with the hype and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But no, you feeding me
Yes.
just to get by. No, this wine is
And the restaurant was
Wow.
obviously had a wine menu that with nothing that I recognized. So
Right.
and we do this show often. So I don't know.
So
Tingham.
Exactly. It's Tingham.
So it's two things. It's
Tingham also.
the unrecognizable labels, but it's also the service team asking you some open-ended questions so I can figure out where you are, where you're wine. What do you usually drink? What are you thinking of getting off of the menu? Right? What style of wine do you like?
So
Because
training.
those two
Yeah.
questions.
Training.
Training.
Yeah, I didn't think about it until you just said it, but I was at a place recently and like everything on the menu I knew. I'm like, wow, how is this?
I think we need
I don't know
a
what
show
that
because we
means.
need to start calling some names because if we don't call names in these restaurants, continue to do what they do.
That's true.
Okay,
That's true.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, so what's this now? This is what Zena brought? Yeah?
Hey, here you go. Hey. Take the mic.
Mic's
Whatever mic
everywhere.
you want.
All right.
Okay, so the bottle that I brought is Douce VSOP.
Okay.
So Douce is a cognac, which means it is made from the only Bronx grape. So if you are opening wine, don't be afraid to open a wine-based spirit as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And don't take this to the beach in the summer. It's not the time for that, right?
And don't mix it with apple juice
or Coca-Cola
or Monster.
Oh my gosh.
Is
or
it a
cranberry
cognac
juice,
thing, but it
cranberry
goes in the
juice.
mouth and then comes out
To the nose. Yeah,
What?
it's a distillate thing. Yeah.
And this is perfect for the weather we're having right now.
Most
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
And
very
in
nice.
true form, for a gentleman in here, classic in form is either going to be neat, 2 ounces at a time, or it's going to be on a single cube like I do, or it's going to be on some rocks like you gentlemen do.
Okay.
Again, the fifth S in tasting savor is critically important when we get to spirits like this.
Do you need to have the snifter?
Oh, that makes it look good. It allows the essences of the spirit itself to get to the nose or the olfactory in a favorable manner, but don't be hung up on
Yeah,
that.
you don't have
know
to
what I mean?
have to.
What's all the hype around smoking the liquor?
The hype about smoking is complexity. If you think about it, right, and we're talking about how we treat Uni Blanc or wine grapes or spirits per se, they usually go into barrels that's been toasted that has a smoke element. And so this is a way that we can increase that smoke element kind of thing. It's crazy you talk about smoking. I think we need to bring our new colleague on one of these months with mezcals and speak about the smokiness of mezcals and margaritas, mezcals versus tequilas kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
One ship too, right?
Right, yeah.
I just had one on the weekend too. It's just, come to the table nice, you remove it, smoke come out, and you taste it. The first layers of flavors is smoke
Smoky.
complexity, and then you get to the spirit itself. And then it's just a real enjoyable flavor thing that's happening on the palate.
All right, so this is really nice.
It is.
Zena.
Yeah.
I would, like Kyle, prefer a little less ice. But tell us about this one compared to some other ones that we have in the market.
You're trying to get us in problems. So this is what the people tell us. This is what the people from Cognac tell us, right? There's some other brands, and there's some Cognac brands.
Oh, boy.
Right? And so Douce falls in the Cognac brands.
Okay.
Right? And that's two things. It's true to the classification of the spirit, right? There's a focus on quality, right? And if we think about it, there's other brands in our market that start at the VS level, which is the most entry level. Actually, there's other brands that start off with if I say that, then we know what we're talking about, with the pure white, right?
Oh,
Which is
right.
Even below.
yeah, that's like underaged.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely, that's no aged cognac.
Pure
right?
white is.
Pure white.
Oh.
And it's just jeez, I can get in problems. It's a market, right? Supply and demand, right? So that wine or that spirit has no aging to it, right? And we get into the seriousness of cognac. It's about the aging,
Right.
From VS to VSOP to XO and so on,
Right.
right? And so that any cognac pure or white in sauce means it hasn't been aged, right? So that's the entry of
So
it.
what's that good for?
Cocktails?
Cooking?
That you could play
mix
with
that one.
cocktails.
Right, okay,
Right?
okay.
And supply and demand, because it isn't made as much as it isn't demanded as much around the world, it's placed in certain markets.
Oh, dear.
And so our demand for that in our market isn't even from Bahamians. It's from African Americans where it's not available inside the U.S. because it isn't produced on the level. So regular Hennessy is available in the U.S. It's produced in such a large quantity that it could be here, there, and everywhere.
That's why it has a whole wall in certain stores.
Absolutely. But that's why our brothers and sisters from the north, whenever they come here, they ask, who has the pure white? I need to carry it back. Or they would message and say, Kyle, send me 2 bottles. I need it. Right? But it isn't available to them, but it's available to us. But it's the very entry level of this category.
Right.
Then we move up in terms of aging, right? So when we look at this or the brands that we represent cognac-wise versus the other brands, it's more about the classification of the spirit than it is marketing, right? And I think some other cognac brands have been super successful on the marketing, and that's what they focus on.
Well,
they want to be here.
You get a rapper to.
I was just going to say, has this been separated from the rapper yet?
No,
like, is it holding its own?
It's holding its own only because of the quality level of the
Right,
juice. Yeah. You know what I mean? It isn't like some other celebrity brands that's out there where the quality doesn't match. You know the name.
Yeah. Say it, Tori. Get right to the mic.
This is Jay-Z's
Yeah.
cognac.
Oh, it is. Yeah. So,
but it's
quality.
actually good.
It's actually good.
Right.
It's not just the hype behind the artist that's holding it.
Yeah.
Right. But this is, we don't bring non-good stuff on here.
That is true.
that's for sure.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
that would
I
be
think
good
we
for
could-
business.
We can stand on that.
Yeah.
You guys have allowed us to be unbiased.
And we appreciate that.
Thankfully.
And we want the lesson in public to realize too that your reaction to this is unbiased.
And we taste some on air.
Right.
No forewarning.
Yeah, no
anything. It's
pretense.
just Your live.
And you give us your real reactions.
Yeah,
You really
real
do.
reaction.
Oh, so this is again a VSOP.
Okay.
So what's the real difference other than the aging? Can you really tell the difference between a VSOP and an XO?
Yeah, well, the aging is important.
Yeah.
The aging
Well, that's
is
big,
huge.
yeah.
We're talking 2 years versus 5 years and then more. But the development of the spirit over that time is crazy.
And these are aged in oak?
Yeah.
In oak?
Barrels, yeah.
Barrels.
So you think about it on the whiskey side of things too. You could drink a 10-year and a 50-year-old, or 12-year-old and a 15-year-old Duas, and it's like
it's a big difference.
Yeah, big, yeah.
Big.
Just 36 months, but it's only 36
You know the
months. You know what I mean? So it'd be the same thing with this 24 months difference between the VS and the VSOP.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's very nice.
And the thing about this is probably line price with the other ones that starts off at the VS, right?
Wow.
So you can get a VSOP
Oh.
at the price that the other folks has the other thing yeah.
Now, why is that? Is it just because the makers wanted access?
Because that's business. We could do that. There's a demand for something, right? So we could play with price points based on supply and demand.
Can you tell us the price? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Zena?
So the VSOP to say is $76 at Bristol, and then you ask, can you tell the difference between the VSOP and the XO? You could definitely tell when you go to purchase, because the XO is $219.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's not what you're purchasing for open that bottle date. That's what you're purchasing when it's a very special occasion. And you want to open something that reflects that occasion.
That's not what you purchase, but that's what you would open.
I mean, if it was bought for you,
if you already have a bottle at home,
then okay.
I'll open a
I
bottle
want to
of
open that to
this
celebrate
XO.
this thing because
Take a
I
shot
don't have
of
this every day.
Right.
But
Right.
if you just going to purchase something for open that bottle day, definitely the VSOP.
Yeah.
And it's $76.
No, it's
bottle.
nice, and you can. It's very different from some other of the competing
most
brands.
definitely.
You can tell
Definitely.
the quality and the taste is
What
definitely-
competing brand?
Exactly. Same
Category. Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, these are great choices today.
Yeah, absolutely.
We want all, but only 2 we can find in the stores. You have to go to a special
You have to
restaurant.
unlock
the other one.
the mystery of Tory to find the other one.
All right, really quickly, tell everyone the names of what we had today, and then we'll post it. Zena and I will post on our respective sites.
So we started off with my Simonette Ferb Cremant de Bourgogne Brut, less than $30, traditional sparkling from France, belongs to Louis Latour family.
Nice.
And then we had The Hype by 689 Cellars, Cabernet Sauvignon, where you can find at all SLS properties and if you know me.
You love that power. Yeah. Wow.
You got to.
And Zena?
And lastly, we had a bottle of Douce VSOP, which you can find at all Bristol Wines and Spirits locations.
I love that we heard everybody's voice today.
that's great.
Especially with these colors that they have on. They look so nice.
It's always a treat for our video watchers.
Yeah, absolutely no association on the colors. And Tories, not FNM, and definitely
Nobody associated. I mean, well, I mean, Tories, a special effort.
Kyle Stubbs, Tori Saunders, and Zena Williams, thank you so much. Bristol Wines and Spirits, always a pleasure having you all with us. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Likewise.
Chester Robards, thank you.
Hey, always a pleasure.
I'll see you next week. I'll be back tomorrow morning with more Morning Blend and Morning Blend Business right here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Everybody have a great day. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green next.
For over half a century, Hongxi has been reserved only for heads of state and world leaders. It wasn't just a car, it was a privilege. Easy Car Sales is proud to bring that distinguished heritage to the Bahamas. A new era in luxury electric, rooted in absolute prestige. It's for the few who demand freedom from the gas pump and first-class craftsmanship. Visit Easy Car Sales to see if you're ready for a taste of royalty.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well, growing wealth for future generations.
Join the Ultra family! Online signups are here, and it's ultra fast. Start winning from your phone. Sign up online in minutes and jump straight into the action at ultragames.com. And right now, when you sign up in February, you're entered for a chance to win a car. That's right, a car. No long lines, no stress. Just click, sign up, and start playing. Ultra Games. Start winning ultra fast. Must be 18 or older. Ultra Games reminds you, it's only a game, so game responsibly.
This